don't know about that. It's clipped on the other one in there, but that one's thinner. That's not going to work.
That's for phone. It's not working.
Well, it's going to be for tonight, for today.
Day 0. What are those guys up to?
They're practicing right now. They got a show on the 10th or the 11th.
Yeah.
Oh, he's changed it. Front lights probably.
Yeah. I have the same one. I freaking.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
I need you to get the ears on. We're about ready. We're almost ready, dude.
Test.
Yeah, I got the shit out of thing. I'll do more of that.
Should be good.
Oh, shit. We're already dropped in.
What happened?
Check.
Oh, yeah.
Effects. Is the effects on? The effects on the board. No, don't worry about my headset. Is the effects on the board? On the board. No, the effects.
Oh, unmute?
Unmute. The effects all the way over. It's EFX. No. Don't nothing up there. Just the button.
I don't see an effects button.
No. Don't turn knobs.
I'm not touching knobs. I'm looking for a button you're talking about. Effects. I don't see effects. I don't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to hit the wrong fucking button. Can you use these?
Right here.
Oh.
It should be.
Shit.
We're already on.
Yeah.
We're live. All right.
You got this?
I got it. Oh, these ain't mine.
Well, yours are right there. I didn't know where to plug it in. On top of the record player?
Well, we're really professional today.
Exactly.
Got all this shit going on. Holy fuck.
Right?
Yeah, Scott, the effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn the effects up.
Well,
Where's the effects?
I
This
don't know.
motherfucker's been here.
I'm not the
How
board
long?
guy. I'm not your board guy.
This fucking guy.
Anyway.
All right. So, anyways, we are live on the air, and we're on YouTube. What's up, YouTube? You can also download the app on your phone, chaoticradio.com. We are going to be live here just in a second on YouTube. And what the hell?
I don't know. That's the only thing I could find out.
Oh, you were pushing the button right there.
Oh, was it? Okay. You just got to move it a little bit.
Yeah. So now, if it turns sideways, doesn't it go sideways when you do that?
Yeah.
No?
So just have it straight like that then. There you go.
Yeah.
I didn't know how you wanted it. Do your thing. Oh,
Whoa.
goddamn. Easy there, Turbo.
Is that a hair clip?
I have no idea what the hell
No?
that is. It's somebody's clip.
Somebody's clip. All right, let's see.
Goddamn. Are you ready already?
I'm ready. I'm just
Jesus
looking
Christ.
up Facebook here. Just slow down, Turbo. You know, see, the JJ's not here because he had to work OT.
I almost wasn't here either. I just got back from Vegas, so literally now, you know.
That was a long day for you.
It was a long weekend, yeah. Show on Friday, then out to Vegas on Saturday, Sunday. And checked out this morning. Went to State Line for a few, and then came straight down here.
That's bullshit. We went to.
Oh, you got to turn his up. Unmute. You
We
got
went to the bar and had some drinks. Then
Nope.
we came here.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Chickity chitty check. All right.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can hear
there
it.
you go. All right. We're totally fucking professional tonight, man. I'm telling you. So we're already 5 minutes in, and we're still trying to do shit. It's just, you know what? It's let's just say it's fucking Monday.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's that's gonna be the bottom line. It is Monday. Everything's running slow. We have computer issues going on. My phone's slow as fuck right now. Somebody, a ghost in the attic decided that to do something as far as like our people coming in remote access, and then fucking it up. And so now they can't get remote access into the station right now.
Nice.
Right. So, and then my phone. Look at my phone. Watch this. Oh, okay. So now it's starting to catch up because me right now, I look like Gumby, where it's all like still motion, clay photography shit. Hey.
Hey, she made it.
Tiff's in. Dave Wagner's in. What's up, Dave? And Matt Sheldon. Hey, Matt, are you out there? Well, obviously, if he's chiming in right now on Facebook, he's not at the fires. He's a fireman. But I'm kind of curious if he's going to have to go out to fight those things.
Yeah, I saw the smoke on the way back, and I was like, "What the fuck is that about?"
Yeah, it's majorly raging, dude. Well, I mean, it's like the sky is like black, and I didn't realize it till after I got off of work. I closed my shop.
And it's OC or like Trabuco Canyon or something.
Something like that. Dude, this thing fucking sucks. What the hell is this?
That's all I could find, dude. The other one, someone snagged that one back, so that's all you got. Out of your hand.
Monday, man. Monday, dude.
I'm sure you're used
it's
to that
just
one.
Monday.
Nothing worse.
So, and it's what is it? It's like the summer is supposed to be like the time where you like everything's supposed to be like fun parties, the fucking beach, chicks running around with the titties hanging out, concerts, chicks with titties hanging out, motorcycle runs, chicks with titties hanging out, getting beads, Virginia City. I don't know, man. But then there's always like that dark side where it's just like, okay, well, since you guys are having so much fun with the titties hanging out, I'm gonna fuck with your station and I'm gonna fuck with your phone and your computer and we're gonna do rolling blackouts. So now you can't have AC, right, Tato?
Right.
No AC in SoCal.
Right? You can't water your lawn. You got a lawn, Tato?
No, I have a bunch of dirt. I live on an acre of dirt.
Okay, I cannot be mad at
Work
you.
smart,
for that,
not
dude.
hard.
Fucking A, dude. Work smarter, not harder. But we have it's a drum clinic, and we have Tato in the house.
What up, everybody?
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Tato.
Well, I'm single, ready to mingle. No, I'm just kidding. But
No, you're not.
yes. So been playing drums pretty much all my life. Family's into it, and been in a bunch of bands, and here I am. And thank you guys for having me on.
And you play for who right now?
I played for Safety Orange out of San Diego.
Very nice. San Diego. That's a long distance relationship right there with the band.
Not really. Used to traveling. I was in Mower before that, and a bunch of other bands before that. So I'm used to the commute.
I did several years. I was in the band. And when I moved out here and opened up my shop, I obviously when I opened my shop, I had to move out here. Then now I had to commute back to L.A., Gardena, for practice. Good thing I rode a motorcycle. Because driving a fucking car, dude, forget it, dude. There was a couple times when it was raining and I actually drove to Gardena. Dude, driving there, 2.5 hours.
Hellacious.
Minimum. Driving home, we're talking 11 o'clock at night. 2.5 fucking hours. Yeah. So you can't win when it comes to drive. But when you ride a motorcycle, hell, you ride a bike?
No, I don't. I don't belong on a bike.
And why is that?
No, they scare the shit out of me. I like four-wheeled stuff. I even rolled one of those a couple weeks ago. So
No shit. Oh, no.
This guy, he said, "Oh, motorcycle scare me," but I just rolled my fucking car.
No, I rolled someone else's Polaris up in Brian Head, Utah. That's a
that's off road. That's
it's supposed to be rolled. It was fun, but bikes. No.
Well, when it comes to dirt, I've always been, since I'm a motorcycle guy.
I stole my roommate's bicycle, riding back to the bar all drunk, and I ate shit on that and freaking fell on my face on the sidewalk. So even a bicycle I don't belong on.
Well, when it comes to dirt bike riding, if you don't crash, you're not riding. I mean, you have to crash when you're on a dirt bike. I mean, it's fun to sit there in the hoops. You're flying, you're having fun, but you're still at that point where you're just gonna have to fucking crash, and you dust yourself off. You get back on your bike as long as it's still running, and you didn't tweak too much shit up, and you take back off again.
Yes, the Polaris was still running when I rolled that, so that was good.
So you rolled the Polaris. So you rolled your buddy's Polaris. Now I'm kind of
my guitar player, by the way.
Okay, so he's on off road.
No. Long story short, we're up in Brian Head, and we're doing a right before 4th of July. We're gearing up. We played that Saturday, and we're getting up for the Wednesday show. So we have some friends out there, and one of them has all these snowmobiles and off-road stuff. So this guy, Tim Hansen out of Cane Lake. What up, Tim? Thank you very much. And it was his neighbor's Polaris, and it was one of those supercharged, $30,000 ones. So 4-seater, goes like 110, blah, blah, blah. So we're trailblazing, blah, blah, blah. And it was at the end of the ride, and I rolled in the most stupidest place in a patch of grass, which was actually pretty cool. It was a soft landing, but we had beers in our hands and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you spilled your beer?
And I rolled it.
Oh,
actually, I didn't spill the beer. This is the cool part.
No.
I rolled it. So my guitar player is riding passenger, Greg Carlo. What up, Greg? And we rolled his side first on the roof, then we land on my side. So it was a 3/4 roll, and the dust is clearing. So all my singers are running over everybody, and the dust is settling. And Greg's like, "Hey, man, you all right?" I'm just looking around like, "Here, hold this." So I put my beer up. He's up there, and I'm down here. So it was cool. It was awesome. But yeah, we just rolled it right back over, and it started right up. So no harm, no foul.
Well, there you go.
Boom.
Having fun. So Scott, you were in Vegas this weekend.
I was in Vegas. Right? I was in Vegas, and
here, you hold the phone. I'm trying to get myself signed in. I got the other stuff I got to take care of. So
damn, your phone.
Interview yourself.
Your phone is like hot as shit. Guy. What the fuck is that about?
This fucking guy. Oh, we need shots too.
Yes, they're right there. Let's do that then.
All right. Well, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
All right. Here's to YouTube. All right.
Yep.
Oh my God, he filled mine up.
I just gave you that same as we had. So
goo.
You'll live.
No, that's not the same.
Yes, it is.
It is not. We've talked about that.
Okay. Well, there's another vagina tonight, or what is that? Come on. I thought the vagina wasn't here.
A new vajayjay?
The vajayjay isn't even here. Anyhow, so no, on Friday, I was in Hermosa Beach at St. Rock playing with Crowley. Then first thing, went back, unloaded, got packed in the morning, got about 3 hours sleep, and then went all the way up to Vegas with some friends of ours. So I literally just got back. So it was a long weekend, but a fun one. So get to do it all next weekend, too. Fun. Not Vegas, but more shows, but I'm sure you know that.
Oh, yeah. Every weekend, baby.
We're band working whores, so we just have to keep going and try to make more money.
See, we're in Laughlin coming up this weekend.
I know.
Oh, you're going to play in Laughlin? Or are you going to fucking die, dude? Are you playing inside or outside?
Ain't nothing killed me yet, baby.
Yeah.
God, man.
You're in.
We're going to play, then I'll be at bikinis.
Right? We were talking, we had my cousins on last Monday from Dianthus. And they played the Orange County Fair the same day as Mr. Crowley.
Yeah.
Mr. Crowley. And, and my cousins went on at 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm like, fuck, dude, it was hot as balls. You gotta be fucking kidding me, And being a drummer, because obviously we're the ones that work out the most. Yes. I don't give a shit. Because it used to be like the thing, oh, well, why are you so tired? You used to be like going, hey, I need to take a break. Because that band practice. It's like, okay, let's do the song again. Now you're playing the whole set. So say you have 10 songs. And you do one 3 times. Then you go through a couple more. You do it perfectly. You screw up on maybe the 6th or 7th song. Okay, well, let's go through this part again. a few times, and then you start playing a couple more songs, then you screw up on another one. Okay, let's tighten this up. They don't realize it, dude. I mean, I'm fucking. I'm 4 arms, 4 legs, brother.
Those 10 songs are 37 songs by then.
Right, exactly.
And you get pissed off at yourself. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you don't fucking understand. All you do, here's what you do. You know, hello, Abby. Lazy ass mother. You know, I have to admit,
Everyone else
though,
is sitting down and you're just working your ass off.
you know, well, I have to admit, I'll have to give props to the singer, though, because the singer's actually, you know, they're having to use and they're having to walk around. But, of course, it depends on the singer.
Yes.
If you have a singer that just stands there like this, blah, 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 okay, you know what? Fuck off. But if you have a singer that's actually, you know, in motion and actually, you know, moving around and pulling the crowd in, you know what? Okay, I'm going to give them at least half the effort that we put in. Now your strings, you guys can fuck off.
They're too stuck to their pedals. But no, I mean his singer, Soul, he plays bass, and that guy's like jumping all over the fucking
my
place.
singer's got a tougher job
Okay, so
than I
he
do.
plays bass and sings.
Yeah.
I'll see props.
Yeah,
He's in pretty much one of those bouncy houses. He's all over the stage, and he's got to memorize all the lyrics and play bass. Like I'm talking like Red Hot Chili Peppers, like bass lines.
Oh, see, that's
and
good.
then I'm just doing my thing. I'm in my fortress, so I'm just going off on my own zone. But he's got a, you know, we're a 3-man group, so he's got a heavy load. So I really appreciate him for that, and the crowd, you know, he's just awesome.
And you have to be. I mean, and that's another tough thing. I mean, even though it's the drum clinic, but you know, let's give props to our bass player,
yes.
right? And one that actually sings and, you know, bounces around and does that whole flea poppy bass. You know, it's funny how a lot of us use flea as you know,
a reference.
yeah, because think about it. Flea got a lot of that stuff from, like, you know, a lot of really good bass players, which are still like that. What happened to Billy Sheehan? Nobody talks about Billy Sheehan anymore. You know what I
Excellent
mean?
bass player.
Yeah.
One of my favorites, but, yeah.
Flea kind of like the ex-heroin addict takes Billy Sheehan, which is like, you know, just like a godsend to bass. And it's like, Sheehan, guess what? Step aside. And, you know.
Well, see, Billy Sheehan's like relatable to other musicians, and Flea's relatable to everybody and musicians. Pretty
Sure.
much, you know, he's
And
like
he's good.
He's the one everyone wants to see at the Red Hot Chili Peppers show. It's like Anthony Kiedis is up there and Jennifer Johnson, but they go to see Flea.
Yeah, and he's good.
You know.
He's really, really good. And, you know, what's the drummer's name?
Chad Smith.
Chad Smith. Good drummer.
Love Chad Smith.
But
One of my
I
top
think,
faves.
you know, I think that Flea outperforms Chad Smith. Me personally, it's just my own point of view. Usually, I think it's either the drummer and the bass player are pretty much on the same level, or the drummer is exceeding the bass player.
Well, Chad plays that B seat. Yeah, Flea's kind of over the top. You know, they're both in the groove together, but Flea's definitely, you know, Chad's maybe supporting Flea a little bit, but Chad's awesome with Flea. We just saw Chili Peppers recently. I think Chad Smith got a lot better when he was in Chickenfoot, and then he came back to do the Red Hot Chili Peppers shows, and he was way better of a drummer.
Well,
after that happened,
well, you got to remember now, Chickenfoot and
my personal opinion anyway
is a lot different. I mean, that's more straight rock and roll.
You're up there with Satriani and
Yeah.
Sammy Hagar. You're like, okay,
Right, but that's more
He's
more
filling
rock
big
and rollist
yeah.
than the more of the you know, the Chili Pepper kind of funky kind of thing. I personally, my bass player likes to play that funk stuff. You know, Chuck Lawyer. He's actually
Is he still your bass player?
He will be my bass player for another year.
I saw he got signed or some bullshit with some other band.
Yes.
I have no idea what.
He joined Beyond Retaliation. Then they wanted to recruit me, and I seen how their schedule was, and I'm like, going, look, you know what? I have a business, and I practiced all the tunes. I sat down with Chuck, learned all the tunes. And which was actually, there was a lot of double bass. I mean, it was actually too much double bass, where it was basically like being like a machine instead of being, you know, a drummer. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so I wanted to change it up a little bit, and then so I told him, I was like, you know what, dude, I think there's too much. I'm feeling like more of a sewing machine than anything else. I you know, I'm gonna do this, and then he went and he confronted the band at a band practice, and they said, no, we want this.
Yeah.
So there was now it was two things. The one thing was I have my own business, so I just can't take off and go on a tour. I just can't do that. I don't have that option. You know. In his business, he can, because his business, he's mobile. He can, you know, boom, boom. Mine is a stationary shop, and people with motorcycles are constantly coming in.
Right.
I have to be there. And so I did. Once they said, okay, well, it has to be the machine, you know, like, well, okay, now I'm sacrificing myself and my ideas. So you know what? I can't do it, but goddamn, Beyond Retaliation is a really good band. They have really good riffs, but I think they're as far as a drummer, what they're expecting of a drummer, I think they should leave it more open.
Well, your
for a drummer to, you know, to be more creative.
Yeah, well, the headspace, creativeness comes from the headspace. And if you're owning your own business, you got to be there all the time. It really interferes with what you're trying to do.
Right.
You know, especially with everybody else involved, you know, it's like, and what you were saying about being busy, like, you know, sometimes it takes that melody, like the singer or the guitar player, like, hey, wait, that's too busy. But that relationship should be like, my business is a little bit different from yours and Scott's. Maybe he's in the middle, but mine's like, I work at a bar during the day, and I have every evening to be a musician and think about it. And, you know, sometimes it takes its toll on me, you know, sometimes it interferes with my creativeness, the job thing.
Right.
But I moved to that job, to being at a bar for that scene, and I booked the bands there, and, you know, just to be in that environment, to make sure I stay in that environment and be creative for purposes, you know, for the band and everything. So, you know, I can't complain, I guess.
You know, I wanted to be a bartender at one time. I wanted to be a bartender. You want me to hold that?
Yes.
Oh, look at you! You've got the
You're
little
fucking hot as balls,
there.
fucking goddamn
Because you didn't
metal
see,
fucking
none
phone.
of you guys believed me on that shit. I was telling them my phone's fucking hot.
Hold your own balls.
This guy, Scotch is like, oh, dude, just, you know, suck it up, Buttercup. You know, dude, no, my phone's fucking hot. I'm not fucking making this shit up.
That thing is on fire.
I don't make this shit up.
So my phone's hot. I'm not even using
I mean, on an interview, I make it up as I go. I'll tell you, I'm going to unplug it because I'm already 100%. So I'm going to unplug it, and then it should warm me. So actually, you know, I can feel it getting cooler.
That's because you had it plugged in.
It's because you were touching it.
No, that's why I had the fucking your little blue
doily
doily around it.
Mr. Mailman.
No, that's a male lady, not a mailman. And she's the receiver, not the giver. Sorry. Or no, she was the giver for that whatever douche guy. That's what was fucking funny. You don't know the story yet with Tiff.
I definitely don't know the story.
It's well,
you know what? We need to have her here. I swear to God.
I had her on the air. I was contemplating just having her come and just stay here and then leave from there, but she'd be probably wanting to drink, and she's got to go all the way to Temecula. So she's already home. So obviously, if she's listening, hit that. You want to hit it?
Oh, sorry.
That's for her.
You know, Tiff's our biggest fan.
Yeah.
So
he knows Tiff
and then
well.
and we got
Tiff.
So.
And we have Vicky Burst from
Buttas.
Indiana chiming in. I think I got that right, Vicky. But you know, she said hey. So that's what I'm saying. But yeah, Tiff.
Yeah, the
mail lady.
The story behind that, she was on the air and actually shared it here. And what she did, there was a guy at one of her. I don't know if he was boyfriend or just someone she was with or something, and. This guy was like...
It was a one-nighter.
Yeah, probably.
Couple nighter.
Well, after that, she was like, yeah, that's a little weird. Anyway, the guy was like... He put his legs up behind his head and was like, can you kind of, you know, ring the doorbell? And she's like, what? And he's like, yeah, kind of, you know. And she's like... all right, so
okay.
So
I'm putting it together.
Yeah, so that's where the whole story comes from. This guy she thought it was so fucking funny, And so I told him the story, and he's just like, "Oh, the mail lady, she delivers."
You know, and here's the thing. You gotta. I mean, if I was a chick in the same situation, I would do it, just to say that, you know what, I can sit here in a conversation, sitting around with a bunch of my girlfriends. You know what I mean? Going, oh yeah, blah blah blah. Talk about, I had this guy that pulled his fucking knees around his fucking ears and told me to ring his doorbell.
Dude, I know what we talk about. It's like you don't even know what they talk about. It's like
girls are, dude, they're way out there, way out there. I can guarantee you, dude.
Guys, it's easy. You know what we talk about.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when I was with my boy's mama, she had those the naughty parties.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, you tilted your head back there for a second, Tato.
Yeah.
The naughty party. You know, and so it was like, okay, so I had the boys.
Out dildos and shit and just talk about it openly.
Well, not
in a
just
room.
dildos. They did all kinds of stuff.
Everything.
So my job was to, they had it at our house. So, we had two boys.
You were the host house.
Zig, I'm having a naughty party on this day, and you are taking the boys to the mall. Cool, because that's a perfect spot for me. I don't want to be around here. So here I go, and at one of the parties, I take off, and I'm gone for like 5 hours, dude. I'm like going, fuck. You know, the boys are falling asleep. They were young. I think Drake was like not even a year old.
Oh, super young.
And so that means Dylan was less than 2 years old. Well, yeah. Well, 2 years old. Because of 2 years of, yeah. Anyways, I can't do the math. So now I'm like, okay, well, let me go home. You know what I mean? So they're probably finishing up. Oh, no. Oh, that party started getting started, dude. And so here I go. I walking in. Now you got like a room. I mean, there must have been 15 women there. And so here we go. I go walking in thinking that, you know, okay, it's all over. Oh, no. Now you got 15 intoxicated, horny chicks.
Sitting there demonstrating.
They're on level 3 out of 15.
So now, and this was the drum clinic, right? So now I walk in and they're like, oh, well, wear this and put this on. You know what I mean? I was much slimmer than I was then than I am now. But now they had me walking around with this shit. But, you know, during this time, there's, you know, you get 15 women. Now you're hearing these stories, and here I am walking around in these edible undies and shit like that. You know what I mean? Yes, I did
Super
it.
weird.
I did it. I did it. But, dude, I'm telling you, women are.
Don't you feel like a piece of meat in the piranha tank when you're walking through that party, though?
I kind of liked it, but then I was kind of like feeling like really weird, you know.
You're a victim,
right?
Yay!
I mean, you would think that being a stripper is like, you know, I guess we gotta give props to strippers, man. It's like going, fuck, you're like this eye candy meat fucking.
Well, even the conservative girls that I know that've been through these, they like dumb down the freaking party for me. It's like, yeah, it was, you know, kind of wild.
Oh yeah,
no,
they're very explicit.
And sex toys. And I'm just like, you were not convincing me. That's all it went. You guys were there all night. Oh, you guys were all hot and excited, and yeah, boom.
Oh yeah. Well, I was very thankful that one of the boys started crying. And so, you know, up in the room, like, you know,
was that because he saw you in the edible undies?
No, we had a 2-story house, so, you know, I think it was probably Drake because he was young. So I was like, okay, I gotta go, ladies. I gotta go. Peace out. I gotta take care of my kid in a pair of edible undies.
That's what he said. Is that what he's crying?
Remember to bring a toddler to one of those.
Oh, right. So it was my escape route, man. I was like, fuck, I'm out of here. And I never went back down. And I went to bed. That party was still going, man.
Dude, those chicks rage when they're on fire. Oh, there's no stopping it.
No, there's not.
They're swapping clothes and dildos and, you know.
Right?
Here, try this one. Yeah. Oh, here's a butt plug.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I managed to peek down one time and one, you know, there was a couple inserting. I'm like, really? Wow.
You don't.
Guys,
they don't do that shit.
All I know is, guys, even when we have stripper parties, dude, we don't have our fucking wanker out. You know what I mean?
Here, check out this cock
We
ring.
don't.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see this cock ring? Hey, it looks really good.
You gotta try this pocket pussy. Yeah, yeah, here, pass this around. No, thank you.
That shit just ain't happening. No.
Oh my goodness.
It's bad enough. Try these drumsticks.
So, you know,
bit's right.
we're on YouTube live. We are on Facebook Live. If you on YouTube, you can actually see all three of us instead of just me and my phone right here. I'll try to get things situated where I'm, you know, you can say that and say, hey, what's up, Tato? And then you can say, oh, hey, what's up, Scott? And then with his back to him.
Well,
you know what I
this
mean?
camera keeps falling.
They're falling off the walls.
Well, this one.
Because it's so fucking hot, man.
It's too hot in here. All of us
I
in
mean,
here.
it is really hot. We got the AC set on 70. We got the fan blowing here, and it's still hot. The building is actually hot. That's the thing.
The roof is on fire.
You know? Fuck. The roof. The roof.
No, it's still 85 in here. It hasn't gone down a bit.
You know, put that motherfucker on 50.
It ain't working. That's the problem.
Well, does it say AC on? Does it actually switch to AC or is it fan?
It says system cool.
Put it on cool. Yeah. Why am I telling him? That's what he does for a living, right?
I'm like, Scott, do you work here?
Yeah,
He's
Scott.
showing me around the place. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
Well, it's a good thing we don't have a band in here.
Pretty much.
I mean, I've had bands in, dude. It gets hot inside here, and I don't know why this room. You know, there's AC vents in every single room except this one, the one that's
this
actually
one right above you. That's the vent, but that's like the furthest
But
away.
it doesn't work.
I don't know.
That's why they
what's
stash
You know,
the big shit.
I wonder.
It normally works.
I wonder when's the last time that the screens or the filters were actually cleaned.
I don't know.
That's a big deal. It is.
I think that's something that constitutes, you know, under your rent. You know, hey, get inside here and figure out why the fucking AC's not blowing.
Right.
So that's why you pay rent. Wanka.
You cunt.
Wanker, bloody wankers. He's got that
Oh my
mustache.
god. Fucking Dutchy.
Yeah, see, if we keep drinking, we're not going to realize
So
how
the,
hot it is in here.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got the station is now under B. So that's changed, but we're still going to be rocking and rolling on Chaotic Radio. So I had this idea for this show, and it's great because we got someone fresh in.
Yay.
As far as because last time we talked about percussion when it comes to like the newer music. I mean, how old are you, Tay?
I'll be 40 in September.
Can I call you Tay? Is that do I call you Tato?
No,
Yeah.
Tato.
I'll
Well, his
go as
name's
Tato.
Jesse, but like yours.
I know that.
Like
I go
yours
by
isn't
Jesse when I get in
Zig.
trouble. You
But
can't
do you
call me
want-
Jesse unless I get in trouble.
Well, I'm going to say the same thing to my
Jesse.
students. I when I confront my students when I'm teaching
when I'm
them
having fun,
motorcycle
I'm
training,
Tato Tornado.
I asked them. So it's Tato.
Yes.
If I say Tay, are you going to be mad at me?
I don't give a shit. I've been called worse.
Okay,
Tay.
well, fuck. Then there we go.
Tay.
Fuck off.
What is that?
Sometimes when
I'm just
Steve gets
saying.
drunk, he calls me, hey, what up, Tay?
It's one syllable. Then I'm good to go, right? It's
Hi,
one
Steve.
syllable. Tato. Don't call you Tater though, right?
They call me Tater Salad. Dude.
So, shit. You know, I forgot my fucking question. No. What was I saying again?
We're doing a shot again. That's what we're doing.
Oh, as far as
Some
percussion.
new blood. Some new blood.
So now the last time we had the drum clinic, we were talking about percussion, how it's changed.
Yes.
Now my discussion today is going to be okay. Now has percussion made a very major impact on music nowadays, or is it the strings and what are the other instrument that is making the drummer change?
You know what's funny? You
Does that
mentioned
make sense?
Yes, it does. Absolutely. Because now that you mentioned the word percussion itself, it does seem a little dated, doesn't it? Percussion. But no, it's still the the guitar strings, all those ghost notes. Then if you lay down a beat like boom, boom, then you add it. Then you got those, other rhythms in there, and no one uses percussion, even if there's shakers and tambourine. No one uses percussion anymore.
Well, I mean, unless
And
you're
then so much stuff
not
is sampled or overdubbed or whatever. So
they do that a lot of that nowadays.
I like to do a lot of that myself. Like the left,
Do you
the
really?
whole left side of my drum kit, I like to have the auxiliary snare and the cowbell or whatever sounds I can make on the left side. I'll keep the beat with the right hand, with the hi-hat, whatever, but I love doing it myself. I like
Okay, but it's not the program shit.
No. It's
No,
not. I
it's
like
all
to-
live.
Excellent. Excellent.
Some of the stuff we record is like, say, Solo will come up with the idea, my singer, and he's pretty much in charge of the recording or whatever. He'll come with the idea for a song, and he'll put a drum beat to it in the home studio. Then I'll hear it, and I'll try to match that with my own. Like there's some drop beats and stuff, and some little 808 patches, whatever you call it. But I like to try to mimic that myself. I like to have like I said, the auxiliary snare. I like it like lo-fi, like AM like sound, And then my real snare is like way more poppier, So I like that dynamic.
You got to
right there.
describe what kind of music you play, though. That's different because me and
We're in the reggae rock,
we're
that
metal
whole genre. So there's a lot of percussion. Actually, there's a lot of that going on. A lot of those
offbeat, kind of funky, kind of
absolutely.
reggae
Even
kinda
guitar.
feel.
Well, did you bring something
Chugga.
for us to?
That's what I was
brought a
asking.
joint.
What? No, there's nothing that has actually him on it because there's been several different drummers over the years and whatever. So
I'm the replacement part. I seem to join a band right when they're working on their last album with their last drummer.
Yeah.
So it's like right.
It wouldn't do it justice.
Same thing with Mower and Safety Orange. I come in right at their last album they're doing with their last drummer, and then it's like, okay, you're on board. Here's what you got to learn. I get all the scratch tracks, and I got to learn those.
Yeah, and honestly, it wouldn't do it justice because his style is a lot more intense and a lot more intricate than what is on the CD. So that's what's you got to. It's one of those you got to see it and hear it because their live show is like 10 times what their CD is. It's more.
Well, it's
fun.
what it should be.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
The
what it
energy's
should be.
there.
It should be, whatever the CD is. When someone sees you live, they should be because everyone's going to compare you to the album.
Well, the thing is,
That's what I do when I go watch a big band like Queensryche. I mean, that was like one of the most phenomenal concerts I ever been to. When I went and seen Live Crime, it was the whole visual thing, the theatrics, the musicianship, everything was so perfectly in sync,
Right.
and they were just so tight. It was mesmerizing. And what's is my point? Yes, it should be. When you see someone live, if someone listens to your CD and then they see you live, they're even more impressed.
Well,
That's what your goal should be.
it's almost like the wave, kind of like, okay, the song came out, it's on radio. Then when you see us live, it's nothing. It's more exciting to see us because when you're on stage with especially our bass player, like we were saying, he jumps around a lot, and my guitar player, we're a 3-piece. We play a lot off of each other, so. You had me in the band. I'm the aftermarket, like turbo boost. Like I've been used to that. I'm the replacement drummer. Every single band. I've been over 20 bands. So it's like when I get in there, it's after the fact. But then the live show is like, dude, I make the bass player jump around more. I make the guitar player, I bring something out of him. And when we're together, it's like there's a bigger chemistry. That's why I think I'm really in there. It's like I add another exciting element to what we're trying to do. So it's really apparent, like Scott was saying, it's really apparent. He's seen like a lot of our shows, and it's.
Yeah.
I listen to our recorded stuff. I'm like, nah, I just want to. I want to see what we look like live.
If you think about it,
But you bring other stuff out of other
well,
people.
the drummer actually starts the whole.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Hey, cheers, guys. Thanks for having me on.
There we go. Cheers, guys.
There's your little chaser there. If you need it
Especially
there,
the bass
buddy.
player drum relationship.
Perfect shot. Thank you, Scott. I really appreciate that, dude.
Oh, do you? Was that better for you?
Can I get another
Well,
natural
because
ice?
then they get me all fucking
Grab a break.
intoxicated, and I start stuttering, and then they start making fun of me when I stutter.
Yeah.
I stutter.
But
What the hell?
brick wall?
But now the thing is that the drummer is. I mean, think about it. Where does everybody else
Every babe.
when they turn around and make sure that the drummer is the attraction? Am I correct? The drummer is like the key.
No, absolutely.
The focus. Well, I shouldn't say the focus, but the what's
Well, it's the backbone and the little.
what is the fucking little central light in the middle? What is my? Oh my
center?
god!
Spotlight?
No.
Center
not the
light in the middle. That's a spotlight.
The-
What the fuck
no,
are you talking
something. Oh shit! I can't think of the fucking. I can't think of it.
That brick wall.
Someone tell me when I'm looking for.
Humana.
But it's that center piece that keeps the timing. So everyone should look back, wants to look back, and at the drummer and be like, hey, you know what?
The spotlight?
We're in sync. No, not the spotlight. We just talked about that. We just fucking. Okay, so now Tato, I'm trying to fucking look at the word. So when everyone's playing,
It's all about
when you're
chemistry,
on
man.
stage. I know the chemistry thing, but what is the nucleus?
Yes.
God.
There's
Going
always a
like,
nucleus.
what are
I
you
do
talking
see.
about?
Well, see, if a JJ would have been it, because the JJ's one of those like
Oh, the nucleus.
the whole scientific fucking guy, the
There is a
nucleus.
science to it,
The drummer is the nucleus of the band, right? So then everything evolves around that. But no one else can do anything outside of the drummer itself. Because if you start straying off in your own fucking world, things get fucked up, and then you're gonna fuck your drummer up. Do you agree with me on this?
That could go for everybody in the room. The guitar player could be the most stellar guitar player you've ever played with, but outside of the room, he's all fucked up. He's got an ex-girlfriend, and they're always fun or whatever. A bass player, drum relationship, like we were talking about. Anything could happen with any of those people. It's all energies. And
Yeah,
that nucleus,
but now-
is it just a drummer? I know it's drummer talk, but yeah, there's a center where the drums stay, but there's other things that orbit around that do affect your playing. Like when I play, I always been grown up as, I've always been brought up as stay with the bass player and the drummer relationship. Like that is like golden.
That's
So,
old school. Yes.
That's my
To a
bass
point.
player is like my twin brother. It's like we're the two-headed fucking, whatever. So
But see, me, I follow a lot more guitar and vocals.
but there's other things, there's other things that factor depending on what band you're in, what
Yeah.
style of music you're playing. I mean, for a drummer, we're just susceptible to we have to stay here, but there's so much stuff going around us. And like I may think of a fill or a beat that I may not have thought of if someone else plays like a bass line that's that might spike a kick drum beat over here, or a guitar player would be like, see, my guitar player is a drummer as well, so we both speak the same language. So he might be like, hey, why don't you chop that beat in half? And they'll be like, oh, now I see. But we're always susceptible to influence. So,
Yeah.
But,
and we influence everyone. as
Yes,
well.
but the bottom line is everything revolves around the nucleus. Kind of like the sun in our solar system. Everything revolves around the sun. So the sun is the drummer. Okay, as far as a band, I'm just saying. As majority bands, it might be something else. If you
Would you
were
say that
like,
about the Police or
if you were
Primus?
like, yes, I would say about Police. Yes, I would.
Yeah.
I'm definitely
it
gonna
is an
back
anchor.
myself
I get what
up.
you're saying. There's an anchor there.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes,
there is.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
The only time I can actually say and bring myself out of what my point is right now would probably be Satriani. Or
Steve
maybe
Vai.
I was Steve Vai. That's
See, I
another
would
good
definitely
one.
need a key bass player for me to bridge with them.
Yeah.
What they're doing. That's another.
that is true
that's-
because
that you
Gotcha.
need the bass for because there's too much guitar going on. Like you and what you're talking about with Greg, I could see you guys like your snare hits are almost following and your offbeats are following Greg, but then with Soul, your bass drum is like right on with him. So that's what I feel when
I'm
I
definitely
hear you guys
splitting
play.
my.
Yeah,
He's over here. He's over there. And
exactly.
so you're
Exactly.
playing both of them. Yeah. So like
I think it gives
my
me
other
room
was
to do whatever I want.
my other one was
for accents, yeah.
Ingwe.
Exactly.
I know it's
Ingwe?
I said Ingwe.
Ingve? Everybody say
Ingve. No, that was
Ingve.
anybody.
Ingwe.
I've always been the one to say Ingwe.
Didn't he hit a drummer over the head with a guitar? Is that true?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good
fucked
question.
up.
Somebody
I heard Dave
look that
Mustaine
up.
did that too.
Did Ingve Malmsteen get pissed off at a fucking drummer because he wasn't like
Please-
keeping his,
please,
his
that's
doing
like
his
urban
job?
legend.
I am God.
I'm just kind of curious.
I can see that. I can see that with Ingve.
Ingve, he's very egotistical.
I can see him hitting me with a guitar. That's for sure.
But I mean, think about it. I mean, do you think that Ingve Malmsteen is on the same par, say, Satriani?
Yes, I do. But see, when you get in that level, I was having this conversation the other day with one of my friends. When you get me personally, when I get in that level of guitar player, that's just phenom, just the top of the world, I don't relate to it as much. See, I would rather prefer, say, Tom Morello or John Frusciante or dude, Jimmy Page. He's probably my favorite guitar player of all time.
Yes.
All time favorite guitar player. So I want someone that's in the mud with me, but not.
Right.
See, yeah,
In their own zone, yeah.
You know one thing about
then I need that bass player to bridge it, like a Billy Sheehan or a Stu Ham or whatever, the G3 shit. It's like,
you know what, Jimmy
go.
Page. You mentioned Jimmy Page.
Yes.
I mean, the thing is that I think he was like one of the. Me personally, think that he was like really one of the first drummer guitar players. Because I mean, he was always looking back. He was always looking back at John. And was just like they just had this thing, and it seemed like Jimmy Page wanting to make riffs evolved around what he knew John would actually play to it.
Well, he had
you know what I mean?
Does
that make sense?
From Jeff Beck. Jeff Beck went out and did it first from the Yardbirds. He went out and got the Vanilla Fudge thing and brought it down to a 3-piece. Got the big bombastic drummer. So Jimmy Page was a studio hack at first. Before he wanted to go play live, he wanted to be, but he grew up as a studio guy. So all that miking technique all came from Jimmy Page. The fat drums, he would set up 2 microphones in a room and make John Bonham sound huge, right? And he was the guy that told John Bonham, "Hey, play." He would hide the other bass drum from him. John Bonham would bring another bass drum to the studio, whatever, and he would go hide it because he wanted one bass drum. He wanted those hops, he was tasty. Jimmy Page was tasty about the sound. And he would set up, like a mic in the corner, and then one mic in front of the bass drum, and that was it.
Well,
sometimes that stuff.
It wasn't.
But he understood what you're saying. He understood that rhythm, that juice, that skank.
But it wasn't like that. John Bonham
He
actually
understood.
needed another bass drum because he had that. He had the what he did was I forget what he called it, a teeter totter, and he kind of developed that style where he would use his heel toe.
Yeah, because they would hide his other bass drum.
Oh, yeah.
Because who was it? Vanilla Fudge. It was God.
That was
I'm
Carmine.
blanking on it. Carmine, yeah, Carmine Appice. He had the 2 bass drums. And he was a big, he was a big double bass drum. But it was like they wanted with Bonham, they just wanted single bass.
Well, Carmine Appice was he was a really good. I mean, I loved his chops. I thought he was a really, really good drummer. Although I don't think that Carmine Appice ever really stood out.
Apathy.
Fuck off. So, anyways,
I call him both.
Hey, I'm friends with Vinny. I know.
that's okay.
Okay.
That's all right.
So is he.
Because if we ever have Vinny on the air,
I'm not his
and Vinny sits in front of me, and I say Vinny Appice,
Like Scott's
you know,
Apathy.
and he tells me to fuck off, I'm gonna take that with respect.
That's one thing you learn. He like pronounces different things or pronunciates things totally different than they're supposed to be, and it's quite hilarious.
Well, I've heard Neil Peart. Peart.
I didn't know there was an I in there.
I've heard that was the proper
Peart.
if you're a Canadian.
Well,
Hey.
yeah, you gotta be the fucking Canada.
Who worked our beer, hoser?
Pronounce that
Mm.
right.
But no, monster drummers though.
Yeah.
But see, Jeff, going back to it, Jeff Beck was the first one that ventured out, and Jimmy Page, him and Jeff Beck were learning songs together, so they had that chemistry, after the whole Yardbirds thing, and Jimmy Page learned, and because he was the good studio hack, he figured it out. He was like the chemist. He was like, here's how to make a fucking good sounding record with the minimal, and yeah, that relationship with the drums, he knew what he wanted from the drums. And then John Paul Jones is there. They're just, they're both the same.
John Paul, the thing is,
And who wouldn't want to play with John Paul Jones? Jesus Christ. The guy plays like 12 instruments.
right. But I think bass players during that era were actually
tasty.
yeah. They had such. If you watch them play, what you heard on the album, or if you heard live, which of course live you never really hear everything. But if you actually watch their fingers, they were doing all these little notes, and they kind of did these little subtle fills that you didn't you felt, but you didn't hear.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
which is the same as a good drummer. You would like
It kind of blend in the drum rhythm.
I started to talk and I burp at the same time.
Oh, by the way, he does. He not only plays drums, he does do bass and guitar as well.
You play bass too, huh?
Yeah,
Yes, I understand the language. My mom was a bass
Oh,
player.
see, well, that's awesome.
My dad builds guitars still to this day, so yeah, I know the whole language.
So, Rowena is.
We can jam right now.
No,
Rowan
me and him
is-
have done that before.
Rowena's chiming
That'd be
in,
sick.
and I was actually at Dianthus City Bridge Party. I got a burp. I'm trying not to do it over the
Jesus.
mic.
Just be
Last
a
Friday, and I'm telling you, Diane is my little cousins. I don't know if have you heard Dianthus?
I have not.
Okay,
They
are
tiny little twin Asian girls that are amazing.
You didn't need to say tiny Asian girls.
No, but
I know they're
mean,
tiny,
But,
Be careful! Be careful of your words right now, Tato.
no. I mean,
I'm
they're
gonna get my ass kicked, but
well.
Be careful of your words right now, Tato.
He knows.
I'm just saying.
He's good friends with Tiff.
Okay, that's okay.
knows.
But
No.
they are my little cousins.
No, but they're
I don't know too many tall, hot Asian
They're young.
chicks.
No, but they're young. You know,
Tia
they're
Carrere,
young.
maybe?
They're young and they're twins, and they just mesh with each other. They know each other's style and what they're gonna do.
What do they
but
play?
the fucking drummer, oh my god, you got to hear this girl. She's insane.
What's their?
She does
musical
all
relationship?
just
She's really good.
Oh,
and the
just all
singer's
kinds
good.
of
The
stuff.
guitar player's good. It's like wow.
What do they play? The
They
twins?
play like hard metal shit.
yeah,
instrument.
yeah.
One's guitar and vocals. and one is drums.
Jessica's the
And background
drums,
vocals.
and then Jackie is guitar and vocals.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, they're really fucking sick. I have their album inside my truck. I'll when
Just-
we will.
you got it on your
It's right
computer.
here. It's
No,
right
I
here on your
don't.
table out
No,
here
I don't.
as well.
I had the thing. I did the what was it? The
I'm check them out for sure.
I have it. I'll play it.
But there's
But,
also that bond too that makes.
Yes,
Yeah.
and being
And-
twins, they knew exactly where they want to be
Yeah.
when they want to be there.
There's a
and what's
synergy
it
there.
take. Yes. So, but yeah, we went. I was at their city release party and on Friday, and it was just awesome. So
This
you know,
last
we
Friday?
went out. Yeah, this last Friday.
Oh, you're in the
I had
IE?
a busy weekend. No, it wasn't fucking, dude. It wasn't like, dude. I swear to God, you would have thought that you were in like some other state.
the hell was it? Where's it at?
It was like in Yorba Linda, but it was in like this lake village thing, and there was actually a lake, and people were like had boats and everything. So when you're sitting there, you're watching the band in the background. It's just like it says there's a lake, and I'm like going, where did this come from?
Trip.
You know, so it was awesome. But I think it's their aunt lives there, and that's how they got the whole thing started. But you know, I'm really stoked. So you know, props to my girls. You know, from Dianthus. I'm really proud of you guys.
I'm gonna blast them at work tomorrow because that's all I do.
Well, the album was produced by two really killer guys. One, Jinx from Black Veil Brides, and also Matt Sorum.
Oh shit!
So
Well, it's at Matt Storm's studio.
yes, Matt Sorum too. So it was recorded and then it was produced and I think by these two.
Great, Carlo.
gentlemen.
Did you hear
So-
that? Matt Sorum.
So it was. So you know they're on their way. You know, and that's what they want to do. And
The cult,
and
dude.
I really backed them
Fucking
up.
love the cult. Jesus Christ, I love the cult.
Where in the hell did you come up with that?
Matt Sorum.
Okay,
Sonic
but I
Temple.
was still talking about.
Sorry, Matt Sorum reference. Hi, Matt Sorum.
I did not know he was even in
Dude.
them.
What?
Well, you know the Ludwig.
He was
kit-
in them.
Yeah.
Well, you know
He
the
was-
okay, the Ludwig kit that I got. The natural maple kit, the Ludwig kit I got that I play all the time. That's
You see, at least
he's been in everybody.
at least Tato gets my humor, right? I love this guy, man.
Love it.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, give me the figure again.
anyways. Fuck. Oh, I'll give you the figure. You want more?
Yeah, go ahead, give me the.
Would you like some more? There's more where that came
I
from.
always want more.
Yeah. Anyhow, no. So the drum kit, the natural maple Ludwig kit that I play was Matt Sorum's that he used in an instructional video. He did the instructional video and returned it to the guy who sold it to him or let him use it or borrow it, which was a friend of mine, Todd, from when he owned Ontario Music. So he sold me that kit, and I had it ever since. That was like 97.
Did the instructional video not make any money?
I have no idea. I don't care.
Right? We're gonna give it to Scott, man. We're gonna throw this one away.
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
I don't know. I don't care. The set sounds
It is
amazing.
cool though, dude.
But
it must be a good kit.
No, it's a good sounding kit. Yeah.
And who's
for sure.
playing drums with them? One of the Tempestas. Ah, shit. Greg would know this. Is
John.
it Mike or John? John, right?
No, John was doing okay.
I gotta pee.
John Tempesta is.
I gotta piss.
I was gonna mix it up.
So I'm gonna hand the phone over to Scott while he's thinking about blah
blah
and
more drum kits.
Right.
Yeah.
And more drum kits. So
All right, you fucker. Go diddle your little dinky.
at least somebody agrees to have a little dinky.
Well, you talk about it all the time, so that's only reference I know by. I don't want to even know for real life. So,
Does anybody want to see it?
nope.
Whip it on the show, Zig.
He just said, "Sit on, nurse."
This is awesome, Scott. Thank you for actually you invited me to the show. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. No, I mean, we had a opening that we're trying to fill for the drum clinic, and he's always got to come and test the waters and see how everybody works out. But it's just one of those things that work. I mean, it helped us out too. Now today just happened to be
That explains why you found me on the side of the road with the freaking sign, starving musician. Look for a radio show.
No,
Got the safety orange hat, so we got the same hat on.
Yeah,
That's
no,
awesome.
see?
Thank you for representing.
I'm repping, motherfucker. Yeah, no, I mean it's you've been a friend for a long time, and I wanted a good drummer on that has a little.
Oh man,
different.
I'm fucking stoked, man.
I'm
really excited right now.
No, I wanted someone with a little different flavor because I mean Zig is a metal guy, and I'm a metal guy, but I like a different type of genre. I don't like just metal. Like him, he'll always reference the same drummers, the same. He'll if you haven't heard already, he'll reference fucking Five Finger Death Punch like a million fucking times, and that's his favorite band, favorite drummer. And I'm like, dude, really?
Well, I knew my take was already pretty fresh.
He just called you an ass bandit.
Ash Bandit.
It's my favorite fucking drummer, favorite band. It's not.
Yes, it is.
It is not.
Yes, it is.
It is not.
Here, take your shit back.
It is not. My favorite band is Queen.
You know the movie's coming out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who's playing Roger Taylor?
I don't
Some
know,
ass hat?
man. All I've seen was the trailers of the whole thing, but it's about Freddie Mercury. It's not really.
Well, it's always about Freddie Mercury, but Roger Taylor's a damn good fucking drummer, though.
Hell yeah, dude!
Didn't he play Ludwig too, Scott? Oh, Rogers. No, he played Rogers, right?
Did he play Rogers' kid?
I think he played Rogers.
I don't know. I'm gonna.
He was one of the
call
last-
the fifth on that one. I don't know.
Yeah, when it comes to people bringing up Rogers, it's like, I don't know. I got to ask my uncle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, back in that date.
Or did he
time-
play Slingerland? Because Slingerland was a
Hey,
big
Green
back in the day
Day,
too.
they played. Trey Cool played Slingerland. My first kid was a Slingerland. I love Slingerland.
My first
shit,
kid
dude.
was a fucking
dude,
Slingerland,
the
dude.
best fucking kid ever.
Fucking A, dude.
Dude, my kid was older than me when I first got it. My first drum kit was fucking 74, and I was fucking 78 model.
Dude,
I love it. Straight up a fucking pawn shop.
I had
dude.
a 74,
24-inch kick drum.
24-inch kick drum.
Ferrari
Smoke
red.
chrome. Smoke chrome.
I wish I'd have the smoke chrome though, but I had the Ferrari red.
Shit.
I had the Ferrari red wrap.
I like this fucking guy, dude.
Okay.
Dude, those floor toms though, I had a 1618
Yeah,
with still a
huge.
stock heads on them. There's like boom,
Boom.
That's straight up for whom the bell tolls. Fucking
Right? Dude, I'm telling you, man, my Slingerland
Dude,
kit,
I
dude,
love
was
my
the
Sling
best
kit.
kit ever I've ever owned. Ever owned.
Dude, I
played
toured with that for about 20
Gazzari's.
years.
I played
before I got my
Gazzari's
sodas.
whiskey and the Troubadour, and also
Whiskey,
whiskey.
Roxy.
Roxy with that kit with Tiger Bay, and I'm telling you, dude, it was thunderous.
I had my
and
Sling so
I had
long, dude. I
mics.
toured with that.
Sometimes the
Gears.
drum mics would like cut out, but you could still hear them.
Yeah. Dude,
'Cause
my
they're
kit was so
concert
beat
songs.
up, I didn't even need drum cases. I just threw them in the back of the trailer with the hardware attached to them. I'm like, hey, fuck it. They're not going to get more fucked up than they are.
Right.
They're going to sound the shit. They're gonna sound the shit.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fucking
I'm
A.
telling you, man.
Did we just
That's
become best
awesome,
friends?
dude? Me and Tato are now buddies.
Are you fags?
You want to go
sit there and sing
you want to
best
play
friend
karate in the
songs?
garage? Yeah,
No, he wants to sword fight in the bathroom.
Me and Tato are now buddies.
dude.
Yes.
I'll put on night vision goggles and sword fight. I don't give a shit.
No, that
Dude,
was.
slings though. That was my first kid, dude. Oh my god.
That's fucking awesome, man.
And
And I swore by that kid for years. It's been through my first band, through my 5th and 7th band, before I even fucking bought a brand new kit. I didn't need a brand new kit. They sound the shit though.
My Uncle Mike still has that kit, and I sold it to him. Actually, no, I didn't. I gave it to him because his kid was it was like, okay, I'll sell it to you, but you can't sell it unless you
Unless I buy it
contact
back.
me first. You know what I mean? And then I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? No, since it's family, because there's someone play drums. I says I'll go ahead and I'll give you the kit, but you can't sell it. That's how it was.
God, mine was
I had that deal.
mine was a horrible fucking kid.
What did you have?
Just take a fuck. I mean, I was.
CB 700.
Yes. Yes. No, I was 10 years old. I mean, hey, what do you want? They're not going to give a fucking 10-year-old a amazing kit unless you are working for it. Anyway, so that, and then
What did you do? Did you unplug
You
your
unplugged it right there,
headset?
Myself.
no, right there.
This one.
No, right on the mic
No.
stand. There you go. Ding, ding, ding.
I got excited. I rolled back too far.
Tato got fucking excited,
'Cause
man. He unplugged his ears.
I dropped the CB 700, dude.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people's first kit, though.
Well, yeah, when you're that.
I didn't have
back
one.
in those days.
It's quality trash cans, bro.
yes, it is. It was horrible. But back
You gotta get
then,
your start somewhere.
you're not
trashing
play-
shit by then anyway.
when you're 10 years old and learning and all that shit, you're
Remember,
not.
my uncle was like, when I got my sling, he's like, "Hey, dude, these are fucking slinging."
But see, you had an uncle that played drums. I didn't have any other musicians in my family.
Danny McBride from Orange County. Whoop whoop.
Yep.
He knows John Hyde. From
Did you
Detective.
not? Did you not? You didn't have any. You're the only musician in your family.
Nope, that's it. I mean, my mom would like sing or something. But
So where-
it wasn't like any people that played like bars or gigs or anything.
Because usually it's a lineage, right? Am I right on that?
Definitely.
Lineage?
I came from a family of musicians. It was in my blood. I knew what I was going to do from fucking the get go, dude.
Because it
No
was
avoiding it. No avoiding it.
well with mine. I was adopted at 11 months old, so I don't have a history of my family.
That's almost better. You got that angst. You got that creative
Right?
angst.
You know what I mean?
You
but-
want to play.
It's a field.
Yeah,
But
that's
it was
what I had.
Yeah, it was
I grew up
always
in Lake
like,
Elsinore.
man, the drum.
I
it
feel
was-
you.
I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding.
No, I was a broadcast motherfucker.
No,
You're
I'm
the only
just
child, dude.
He's-
No, seriously, music was my only escape. Like, dude, I feel
Yeah.
it. I feel it.
And
That's
you know,
what
and-
that's what gives you that. That's
And so now,
Fucking
I mean,
compassion.
I already talked with Scott about this, but like drums, I was just like
therapeutic.
drawn to them.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I did it right away.
On the
I
back end,
talked
yeah.
about the first time I sat behind a kit. I was playing the marching snare when I was in junior high.
Yes.
I went to pick up my snare on a Friday because we had a parade on Saturday.
What'd you play?
And
at?
I was
What school?
marching snare.
And what grade?
Perry Junior High.
Because I was in school band since 4th grade, all the way through 2 years of Riverside Community College.
No. I was in Gardena.
Right.
So at Perry Junior High. And then I went to go
Junior
get
high,
my
though?
yeah. Went to go get my drum because we had a parade on Saturday. And I think it was the Upland Parade. And
Upland. Oh, that's where I went.
We were, I had to practice my routines. Well, I got there and stage band had some kind of show going on. Like the following week or something like that, in the auditorium. So the drum set was set up. And so what I did is I sat behind the kit and I just started playing. And it literally, I mean, there was no like, okay, this is the hi-hat, this is a snare, this is the drum. You need to separate the three, blah, blah, blah. What, what I mean?
just float.
I just sat behind it and started playing.
Right.
Yeah.
And my band team, Mr. Parent, looked out and he was like, what the hell? From his office. But then he comes and walking over and goes, where did you learn to play the kit? And I was like, right now.
You just stepped up.
Yeah.
I just sat behind the kit.
That's the
and
best
it was
shit.
instantaneous, dude. And I knew at that point that I was going to be playing drums for the rest of my life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
when I-
and I'm obviously still playing.
It's
You know?
like me in 6th grade. I mean, in 5th grade they wouldn't let you play drums, so that's when I started playing drums. And I was playing trumpet in band, but then I was playing drums at home, and that's why I started learning because I just I knew that's what I wanted to do, but they wouldn't allow you to do it for some stupid ass reason. Anyway, so in 6th grade I had already been on a kit for a year, and they had this song that had all this little roll thing in it. It was like, I think it was called Blue Rock or something. Corny horns and all that.
So I might have played that.
Yeah. And then, so I'm the only drummer on the set, and there's like these other 5 drummers on just snares, doing their, regular thing on a snare. So I had that whole thing. But by that moment, when everybody in school started coming up to me and saying, how the hell did you do that? You're just like, that was it. I knew at that time that's what I wanted. This is my fucking knack. I got to do it. So it's just, one of those things that, when you get on that kit for the first time and someone enjoys it or gives you props for it, you're like, holy shit. Yeah, no, that's...
If there's a kit in the room,
Yeah.
and you're shredding it, and then you get off the kit, other people want to go up there, and they're not afraid to do
Yeah.
it. They'll be afraid to touch a guitar or a bass, or obviously you get the drunk microphone guys, which was what happened this time.
Everyone's had one of those.
But no, we had drunk drummer guys. It was like, but what you were saying, like when I did the RCC thing, the RCC is it's a prestigious community college, and we've had some of the best instructors and the best drummers in the world, and I didn't even make drums. The 2 years I was in there, I played bass my first year and guitar my second year. And I couldn't even make the fucking drum line. I was in the pit. I was like, fuck, these guys are just shredding.
You couldn't make drum line?
No, I mean, these guys are playing rudiments on a tailgate of a fucking Toyota pickup. Like, perfect. I'm like, I'm not that kind of drummer. I'm a fucking rock drummer. I play fucking Led Zeppelin and
with the
Metallica.
snare kind of thing.
So,
Yeah.
but when it came time to play the drum kit, though, this is the thing. Like, all those top snare drummers and quad drummers and bass drummers, a lot of them couldn't play the whole drum kit.
Yeah, because they can't move their arms.
Yeah.
They
and
could
it
just
blew my
with the
fucking
wrist.
mind, dude. It blew my mind.
Wrist and
Then
arm
I'm like,
action is totally
holy
different.
shit, you mean I'm not a piece of shit?
Well, here's the difference.
I figured if you could rip it, those jump, because they're like Blue Devils. And,
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
were like Vanguard. They were
But
like
it's all-
top
but it's all-
fucking line.
It's all wrist
Drum and
action.
bugle course. And people, if you're in the band scene, you've heard of these people. They're like fucking like, stories like, oh, fucking blah, blah, and Sean Vagan, Roger Carter, especially RCC, because we're on the off season. So all the Blue Devils crew and all the fucking drum crews would come over and write the music for the drum lines. Just sit there and write personally all the freaking, drum rudiments. I'm like, this is way beyond me. I'm not that kind of drummer. I'm a fucking rock drummer. But being in the pit, and I was so humbled, but I had something still because I could play the kit.
Right, yeah. It does go into a whole nother level.
It
when
blew
you
my
have
mind, dude.
To add in cymbals and and the
because
bells and the cymbal and the toms and what have you. It brings you into a complete another world.
Dude.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. No. I mean,
I was like, wow.
it's wrist action versus your whole arms and legs
It's
and everything
field.
else.
It's fucking
They don't
field.
have-
Because like you're saying,
They
And
just-
your feet.
so it's square.
but
But
two
then
limbs,
there's those
two limbs versus
polyrhythms
four.
that come in, and
Right.
dude,
And-
I appreciate drumline to the fullest.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I was never a part of that.
No.
I was
Well,
never.
neither was I. That's
I had to sit there and watch it because I was from Lake Elsinore High School, so we had like a 40-piece band versus 230-piece band
Yeah.
out of Rubidoux or somewhere, and then going to RCC, it's like, what the fuck?
Well, and one of the
They
things
tell you you ain't shit. When you come to the band, I don't care if you're drum major or drum captain, you ain't shit. You're square one. Boom. That's
And
it.
Well,
and you're
one
playing with
of the
your
hardest
arms, too,
things
not your
is
wrist.
when you're becoming a kit drummer,
a power
'cause
drummer.
Well, I'm saying kit because we were talking about the snare. Now you're playing the kit. People don't realize
I play
that
the
you
tritoms.
could be like the best fucking snare drummer,
even
man.
quad.
Have all kinds of killer rudiments, but the thing is, you have to separate the hi hat from the snare, from the bass or double bass.
The groove, they
to
didn't
your
have the groove.
crashes. It's your toms, and now all of a sudden you're adding a whole nother world. All these different things, and
It's a club. It's really, you're falling into a club. Like to me, like the code and the language they speak, I'm like, I'm an outcast. I'm just outside looking in. I'm like, I'm never gonna belong to any of this. But I got rock roots. I'll play the fucking drum kit. I can play Kashmir and not have to do a fucking fill every 2 seconds.
Dude, if you can play,
and be happy with that.
Kashmir is like such a great tune. And you know, one of the things, since you mentioned Kashmir, because what he does a straight beat. Now, what I'd like to play with.
It's not really straight either.
Well, it's not, but it is.
It's a little jagged.
Right. But what I've done is
not like click track.
Well, my bass player will and my guitar player will play it, and then I'll add in like some quarter notes or something like that, just to kind of toss it off just a little bit. Right. You know, and then add a little bit like a little ghost stroke with the tom instead of it just being and you know what I mean? Just kind of like tripping it up a little bit,
but not try to fuck with the tempo. Though.
Yeah. No, not fucking with the tempo.
See, a lot of people they're like,
you can't fuck the guitar.
They want to drag it out heroin speed. It's like, no, that's not the way the song goes, and you can't play too fast, adding all those extra shit. So you got to have that medium ground and not rush as a drummer. But one thing I told my students, I used to teach drums and stuff at a music store. One of my first lessons was like, all right, or intermediate lessons, count how many cymbal crashes there are in the song Kashmir. There's around 84, 87.
Right.
Count those fucking crashes and sit there and listen to them. But you're listening to the song. You're absorbing the song. And you're listening to them.
And one of the things,
a lot of them don't come till 3/4 of the way through the song.
Well, one of the things that my bass player, my guitar player appreciates, like, you know, because it goes da 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 da, and then the snare is still in the same spot. What I'll do is I'll do the snare on the high note of the guitar or the bass, ba da do 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 ba da do. But so it actually attacks sooner than what it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's just, yeah, and man, that is such a great song.
It is.
I think as a drummer, you have to learn Kashmir. It used to be when I grew up, it was like, okay, well, the best way to know your timing would be to play AC/DC Black and Black. That is going to get you to your timing.
I love that you brought that up.
You know what I mean?
Because there was a graph
there
between Phil Rudd, Back in Black, John Bonham's swagger through Kashmir, and then someone else's like that straight 4/4 beat, and they were so different, but like the graph was going, and they would hit the snare just slightly different, or the hi-hat, but that hi-hat lag between the bass drum and the snare, like that's everything.
It's a fat beat.
Like,
take this thing, dude.
It's like
you can.
I'm done fucking holding.
You're like leaning on the kick drum.
Unplug that motherfucker.
We're sharing it.
Yeah,
unplug it.
Why do you need a fucking hot fucking ass?
Because I gotta keep the fucking phone charged.
Oh my god.
But my point was, like, you can't replicate the same exact skanky beat. And those are the songs that were similar. There was something I read, and it totally made sense to me. Like, because when I play it on a drum kit, I'm like, when I'm playing Kashmir, I want to lean on the bass drum more on the one, and then lag the hi-hat a little bit more. Like more, I want the hi-hat close to the snare hit. But then when you break it up, when you're doing AC/DC, you want the hi-hat more medium. Like, it's almost like, it's really difficult to explain, but if you got behind the kit, you try to play all three of those songs, you would know what I'm talking about.
No, what I was saying is when I, you know, like when it goes da 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 da, it goes ba da da do da da da, and on the first note of the guitar, ba da da in the snare, and then you follow through with the bass drum on the ba da da do 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 ba da da. You know what I mean? It's just to try and change it up. It sounds really fucking awesome.
That's a backwards beat.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's. Is something, it's fun because that's a great song to really get creative with, because it has a straightforward, but you can it's so
the drums just have that weight.
Well, and then Jimmy Page just, you know, having that riff, and then you have Jones just like on the background, and it just has this thing where the drums can really have a lot of freedom. That's what was nice
You
about.
have a lot of room on the top to go over and beyond.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is what was nice about Led Zeppelin is
get what
that
you're
it
saying.
left John Bonham a pocket to just be whatever, to be himself, but still compliment everybody else in the band, including Robert Plant.
My uncle's one of his biggest pieces of advice to me was like, the reason they got the big bass drum and the big cymbals is to take up that whole 4 of the note.
Yeah, 24-inch bass drums.
You're still hearing that feisty fucking whatever it is that he's playing. It's not a 16-inch. It's not a whatever. That belongs to like higher tempo music, like more like when you gotta kill the note. You don't want a big old fucking satellite crash. You want that. You want the big intro, filling up the whole 4, the whole note, and that kick drum not just taking up that quarter note. You want to take up a half note too. Like, and he was explaining to me. I was, of course, in like 9th grade, and I was in the Sepultura, and shit. I'm like, I didn't know what he was saying at the time. Then when I got to mature, you mature the brain. You start to lean back. Oh shit, Kashmir is actually a cool song. When you're fucking in high school, your hormones are raising, you're into metal, right? Right. So it's like, this ain't Injustice for All. This ain't fucking blah blah blah. But I was starting to understand, like, yeah, boom, boom. You can if you sing the notes, they actually take up more than a sliver of the count, and that's why they have that.
Right.
To fill up that whole space. No quarter. It's still, the cymbal's still ringing through the whole, whatever. And I'm like, I didn't hear that before.
Well, during the whole Zepp era, the whole Zepp, Black Sabbath,
Billboard, man.
Oh yeah. Woo! I mean, that whole era of time. Yes. Pink Floyd, everything was like they were experimenting with stuff. Everything was like
a
new.
contrast.
They were all just like, oh shit, this is new. I mean, think about the albums that came out at the time. There was always something new added to it because people started coming out with like different things as far as like the mixing board and the amps and the heads and what have you. But I want to. With any drummer that comes inside, we are going to do a drummer versus drummer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 2 drummers. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to choose which drummer that you prefer. But you have to explain.
Sound like that. That's why I'm
But you have to explain why you chose that drummer.
Bring it.
Okay? All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the drummer. I'm going to explain or say the bands that they played in. I actually did some really good fun facts on a few of them recently. So now Terry Bozzio, okay, which who's played for Frank Zappa, Missing Persons, which his wife was Dale Bozzio when they did Missing Persons. Versus Danny Carey of Tool, and also actually, and the thing is that Danny Carey also tried out for Thin Lizzy, and he did not get the job. Did not get the job. That's interesting.
But that's years and years later into an already established career.
I'm just saying,
but
this is earlier, but. Didn't get it.
Oh,
no,
man,
I love Danny Carey. I love Danny Carey. I mean, I love all the drummers.
I'm stuck with Tool. Oh, fuck.
So now Terry Bozzio versus Danny Carey. Which drummer would you choose and why?
1,000% Danny Carey. One of the reasons about my kit after my Slingerland kit, a brand new kit, was the Stoners, and he was the guy that made him sound good. And if you look at his background, the way he plays and his approach, his timing, his mathematics, everything, he plays the way I play. Like, I'm not a flashy drummer, but he plays within the band, and it gives more time, like, to throw in those fucking polyrhythms. And You know, Danny Carey is much more, especially my age. Terry Bozzio, if you were to ask, say, a person maybe 10 years older than me that's really busy, they'd probably choose Terry Bozzio. But Danny Carey is just, everything he does is so fluid. And if he's real busy, he's not over the top of the beat. He's not obnoxiously busy, if you know what I mean. You know, he's in there with the bass and the guitar for a 4-piece band, mind you, with a double bass kit, and he uses it selectively. I mean, he's got 2 bass drummers out there, but he very rarely uses them. But his whole, it's more like Pink Floyd, like kind of aura, you know, like that.
Okay.
That's my feel. Anyway.
I got you. I think that Danny Carey is a more of a emotional as far as his percussion.
Yes.
He's more emotional, not more pronounced. So I have to say that
That's the way I play.
That Tiff said she liked the whole Zig Tato. It's got team, and then she's topped it off with Team Butt Sauce.
There's a big story behind that one too.
Butt sauce! Hey, Greg, tell Pun we're broadcasting.
So obviously, even though we don't have JJ here, but it's Team Butt Sauce. So
Team Butt Sauce.
It's your girl. She's the one. She's the one that's saying it. Me personally, shit. The computer.
Oh Jesus.
Oh my God.
Your cheat sheet went away.
No. It's no cheat sheet. You're looking at my screen.
Yes, your cheat
there
sheet.
was, I really, really love Danny in his percussion. I love the obscurity of it. It's really off the wall. I think he took Peart style and Peart. And just kind of like
is it pure
change the timing of it, kind of let me put it this way, delay the timing of it. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Right?
Very.
Yes. But Terry Bozzio was just I think he had a lot more attack to it, yet still had that
Very more pronounced.
Yeah, but still had that really obscure percussion that just really. I mean, I don't think if people only looked at him as playing with Missing Persons, even though Missing Persons was definitely, if you listen to a lot of percussion, it's really out there. But what do you think, Scott?
Me, I mean, I like both drummers, and Terry was.
Did you say Terrio?
Terry Bozzio.
You did say
I was
Terrio.
like mixing Terry and Bozzio.
Kurt Conterio.
Yes, yeah. Anyway, no. I liked his shit when he was playing with Steve Vai. It's just an amazing drummer, and his attack and his intricacy and all that shit was very prominent for what he does. But just the whole, a million drums, a million cymbals. All right, I get it. To me, when you hear a drummer like Danny Carey, it's like that is such a prominent sound that no one can replicate. I got to go Danny Carey.
Okay. All right, cool. So I got outvoted on that one, which is fair because, we're only going to pull out the best. And, it's a very tough decision. These are decisions that are very difficult to make. So now I'm going to actually go really old school with you. Okay, Tato?
Yes.
All right. So now Carl Palmer versus Billy Cobham.
Oh,
now
dude.
you've got now remember Carl Palmer was from Emerson Lake and Palmer. Also was with King Crimson and Asia. Of course, Asia was like the one wonder
Fucking
album.
King Crimson, man.
But King Crimson, huge. Okay, but now versus Billy Cobb. Now Billy Cobb, I couldn't even put down because I would have been typing for years who he's played with.
Hellacious roles.
He's played with everybody.
Mahavishnu Orchestra, Jeff Beck. Fuck, man. The guy's got the best tom rolls in the business.
Right. So now,
Dude.
who would you choose between the two? Because both are two really great old school drummers, very close in style.
That's a good one, Zig, dude. Billy Cobham, for sure. 1,000%. My uncle would be proud of that. He got me into Billy Cobham. He would play records of Billy Cobham's style. He'd be like way down here, like, you know, behind the beat. Then he'd be, you know, just freaking the most hellacious tom roll you've ever heard for like miles on a acrylic kit. I think there were Fibes when Fibes was first around.
Oh, geez, yeah, that's
before Ludwig did
Yeah.
it. I think they were on Fibes kit, Mahavishnu Orchestra. So that's some sick shit. But the Jeff Beck stuff is like, it's really good, dude.
Yeah.
Billy
it
Cobham.
really is.
My vote's Billy Cobham.
Okay. So, Scott, who are you going to go with?
They're both great
It's
drummers,
tough.
but yeah, I mean, I'd have to go with Billy. I mean, just like Hato was saying, the rolls that he did was just insane. I mean, I'm a power drummer, and I love power drums. I don't like the guys that just use just the wrist action, like on just the guys that play just a snare drum. Power drumming is totally different. So having those power rolls and someone who hits like a fucking man, that doesn't hit like a little girl. Not that girls
Yeah,
can't
he
play
was
drums.
playing into 'em,
Not
dude.
that. No, but I mean, I'm just saying there's power drumming and there's technique drumming, and I like power drumming, so I'd have to say Billy Cobham.
Okay. I'm going to have to agree with the guys on this one.
Heavy foot too, man.
Yeah.
Because
Heavy foot.
Yeah.
yes,
Most
and
importantly.
that's what was my next thing.
If you got top end, you gotta have the bottom.
was Billy Cobham had a really great foot, and he played a single bass, but he could make that single bass sound like a double bass.
Yes.
And it had the power. And I think John Bonham, Billy Cobham was one of John Bonham's big influences.
Yeah.
So he's played it throughout the years. I mean, even though, Carl Palmer, he was a really, really good drummer. He was very subtle. He was able to use every part of the skin on the drum. He was able to use every part of the cymbal. But like you guys, I am a power drummer, so I had to kind of lean. I was like,
Juice, baby, juice.
Oh my God, I had to
Hit
pour
that motherfucker! Don't baby it.
Dude,
Right?
He had a 6 single bass kit too. Toms for days, but the single bass, dude.
Yes.
You know,
There is
all over the place.
there is a video. It's on YouTube, and if you look it up, it's Billy Cobham, and he's actually playing with 2 sticks in each hand, and he's doing quads and stuff.
What an asshole.
Crazy.
I'm like, oh really? I'm like, oh, what this fucking guy?
I call
man,
every
really?
drummer that good an asshole. Mad respect, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but what do you do?
Everyone knows me as like, hey, did you check out this drummer? Oh, what a fucking asshole.
And
He has no friends. He can't be that good and have friends and go and drink like I do. No fucking way.
So-
I would be that good if I ditched some of my habits.
Well, I mean, if you lived, that's the one thing. I mean, it's
What an
like
asshole.
being
He's
that,
good.
Being that we don't like play drums all day. That's not our living. If you were to do it for a living, you would have to be like Billy Cobham did it for a living from day one. I mean, he
Right.
worked at a warehouse when he was young, but once he was pronounced in as far as percussion, that was it. That's all he had to do.
Dude, in the late 60s, he was the elite of the elite.
Oh, dude, the early
He was the
60s, late
first pick.
50s, he was
the first pick.
yeah.
Dude, yeah, muscular, freaking big black man. Oh, dude, you're a black man. You shredded drums. And
Right.
he had the physique and the fucking, he stood high. He got the freaking power over the toms to do those rolls and the kick. Oh, man.
Well, and think about
His
that.
stature,
He
if
had,
you watch him play, yeah, he sits that high in the seat, he's got it.
That's
Yeah.
like me. I sit
Dude.
up way high.
Dude.
and he
I can't
tilts.
sit low.
Well, he also tilts his snare just like Krupa did. He it was kind of like me. I have my snare tilted back, so it's leaned towards me. Because I don't know if it I'm not going to say it's a power drummer technique because I don't know. It's just what I prefer.
I can't play it
but
tilted
I
like
have
that.
my snare
Slightly,
tilted
maybe,
back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just slightly.
5%.
You know what I mean?
Same with
just a
my
little
toms,
bit.
though, too. I can't do the toms
Because that gives me a chance to keep my right hand low or my left hand low when I'm playing, so I'm not sitting here fucking knuckle busting my.
Yeah, it's
my,
physics. It's definitely straight up muscle physics.
So now my next one is going to be now we're gonna go into metal, metal, hard rock, era. And it's gonna be a tough one because I didn't want to make this easy for you. All right. Nico McBrain. Okay, obviously Iron Maiden. And then you have now against see look at this guy.
Oh wait, yeah.
Go
I already
ahead.
know you're
It's
saying.
gonna be 9 day
Nico
rocks.
McBrain, go ahead, do the same thing again you just did right now. Yeah, all right. Okay, now
Fucking love it. Love Nico McBrain.
Now
But-
versus
Clive Burr, though.
But
versus
Oh, yeah.
hang on, slow down, Turbo. Versus Tommy Aldridge.
You got me.
from a hard end to a softie.
See? Now hang on.
Apples and oranges, baby.
Now
Yeah,
we've got
absolutely.
Nico McBrain, his only thing is Iron Maiden. Because he was the drum tech for Iron Maiden and obviously ended up taking over the drum
For Clever.
role. So that's it. That's all I said. Now you've got Tom, but is a great drummer.
I'm going Tommy Aldridge.
He's already there.
already got the
But
answer.
let me do a little a little
Based
background
on-
on him. So now Tommy Aldridge, not only he was with Whitesnake, okay, but he's also now the thing is that this was something new to me. And I don't know if now, so you guys are going to be tripped out about this because I did some research, and only because Scott, are you ready to hold this thing, dude?
No, I'm not. That's your
His
vagina.
Aussie stint was badass,
Well,
too.
wait. No,
well,
this can answer it for you.
No, we're either gonna fucking go off. We're gonna take off on FB Live, or you're gonna hold it.
Hold your vagina first. 1 fucking second, please. God damn it. It's like,
I mean, really? Why do I gotta fucking do this shit?
Okay.
And he's right over there.
oh, hold on. I was plugging my
There you
phone because
go.
I wanted to show you something that's pertaining to this.
Okay, so
But
now,
go ahead.
My hands are free. Hey, Tato, can you do me a really big favor,
Yes.
There will
brother? Can
be
you
3.
walk over there and grab me a beer
I
real
shall.
quick? See, I like this fucking guy.
I shall.
You see that?
Hey, we're drummers over
and
here.
you know what? And Scott does the
over
same
here.
thing. I love that. You know what I mean? It's mutual respect between drummers. Oh, because I knew. See, for some reason, I knew that Tato needed a beer himself.
Were you? Did you?
Yes, I did. I timed that perfectly.
Did ya?
Because I seen him grab his beer and he meant to go take a drink and it was empty.
So, oh, man.
You see?
Man.
That's called methodic.
Man.
See, and that is what drummers do. We're very
Anyway.
methodic about what we do. Now, it doesn't take that long, Tato. Are you taking a piss? Oh, it's fucking guy.
Anyway. So, okay, we know his answer.
No. Oh, yeah, well, with Tommy.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
okay.
what's your bullshit?
Well,
we got
hang on.
all the
No,
idiot.
I haven't. I'm not done yet. Okay. So what I wanted to do because you
I was a little quick on my
You
answer.
just went and seen Tommy Aldridge.
That's what I was
We
going to
both did,
pull up
actually.
here.
Now Tommy Aldridge is one of my favorite drummers. I mean, and he still has the big hair.
No.
He does still have the big hair.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, he's there. That's him.
Okay. You
Are
got
you with him because there's shots?
Well, yeah, he wants a little, yeah.
So
Well,
that's
okay.
what that's what my
Pixaroo.
band is.
So,
So that means I need to pop my beer
and hold the goddamn phone again.
and then hold the phone.
Hold your own
so
balls again,
This
yes.
fucking guy can actually pour some fucking shots. Okay, so I'm gonna go this way. What's up, Tato?
What up? Thank you for
Okay,
having
so
me on.
now my next one. Well, actually,
wait, hold
no,
on,
hang
next.
Hang on,
Can I
okay.
go next
Hang
yet?
on. I'm sorry. My next one. So Tato. So we have Tommy Aldridge. Now the thing was with Tommy Aldridge was that not only did give me one band just give me off the top of your head that he was a drummer for.
Ozzy live.
Okay. Okay,
Ozzy
very
Osbourne,
good.
Randy Rhoads tribute
Very
album,
good.
fucking the best.
Yes.
Got me
yes.
the guitar.
He actually now he obviously for Whitesnake.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man!
you know,
Whitesnake.
I love it. I love it.
They rocked.
But yeah.
I mean, come on.
Da, da, da,
I mean,
da,
it was a chick. Okay, there's the chick.
I know
flick.
more of the Ozzy though.
Okay, but I understand. Now let's go Whitesnake, and this is related to movies. There's the chick flick, and then there's Whitesnake. I agree. Am I wrong on that?
What's the chick flick? What do you
No,
mean?
I'm just
You're not
saying.
wrong on
No,
that,
no.
I was actually a little quick
me
on
and
my
Tater
answer,
were on the
too.
same page.
I do.
I'm kind of including you in this right now, Scott,
Yeah.
because as soon as I said Whitesnake, he's like, it was a chick. It was a chick band,
Yeah, absolutely.
right?
But
if you want to get laid,
Hey,
you've been
hold
to a
on.
Whitesnake concert.
Well, if it's a drummer comparison, what are the?
No, okay. Let me go back because
Because you know what, I was a little quick to count Nick and McBrain out. Though.
I got off track, and then
his
Scott and
single
then Scott
bass-
didn't fucking back it up right here because
I
me
haven't
and
got to
Tater
my
were on the
answer.
same page,
I was
and
a
then
little
Scott
quick to-
fucked it
to
all up.
judge.
So now let's go back. So now
I'll let you go back to that.
Tommy Otter's his biggest claim to fame was Whitesnake. Now, I'm going to ask you, Tato. Did he play on Diary of a Madman?
No.
no.
Okay, very good. That is a good answer because he got credit for it, and his face is actually on the album.
Yeah, my face is on the album and stuff. I didn't
But Lee Kersnake was actually the drummer that played
Yeah.
on that album.
Lee Kerslake and Bob Daisley, right?
Yep.
There you go.
Boom.
Okay. So now, but he did do. Okay. Oh, cheers.
All right.
Cheers, guys.
Tato's like, hey, cheers, motherfuckers.
It's not getting any colder. It's just getting warmer.
right.
Thank you, guys.
It's hard alcohol.
Yeah.
Now he did do Bark the Moon, and he did do
Okay.
did do the 2 live albums.
Yes.
Speak of the Devil and the Tribute.
Nothing beats tribute.
Yes. So,
My favorite albums.
Yep.
and now he also played for Ted Nugent.
Yep.
He also played for, which he beat out, the other drummer mentioned earlier, Thin Lizzy.
Yep.
He got the spot for Thin Lizzy. And he also played for Motorhead.
Yeah. No.
Went live on tour with Motorhead.
Very shortly, but yeah.
Yes.
he did.
He's the freaking journeyman, dude. The white guy with the
He's-
afro.
Yeah, he was.
And a very, very cool guy, too. I met him at NAMM. He was walking up when I was standing in the bathroom. He walked right up behind me. He goes, dude, is this a fucking line? And I turned around. I'm like, oh, my God. The fuck? And I turned around. I'm like, hey. And of course, my phone was not on me. But when I'm like,
You'd be a
dude.
douche.
No, I would. But I was like, hey, no, you can get it from me, dude. Go for it. I said, I can't speak for anybody else, but people know you. They'll fucking help you out. You know, he goes like, yeah, I got to get back to a fucking signing right now. I said, I totally understand. Go for it. So, but he's like, he went there and he's like, fuck, where's the other bathroom? So he found another one. He ran off. But it was like, he had the big hair and everything. Just nice guy, but he's really like, he's like 5 foot nothing. Maybe 5'2".
So his hair makes him like 6 foot.
Yes.
So I've never met
But a
him.
nice guy.
Really, he's like totally
He looks tall
short,
as fuck
huh?
when he's on
Yeah.
stage, though.
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
Looks
yeah.
huge.
Yeah, but
No, he did the like me and Scott just saw him, dude. I saw him at the 5 Point Amphitheater last Wednesday, and dude, his solo is still on point.
It's the
hand thing,
same
too.
solo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
solo,
well,
he can do it forever.
he does the
he
same.
doesn't deteriorate like most drummers.
Right, he does the same
dude.
thing. Like John Bonham was the same guy.
Exactly.
They were
The
just
better.
they did that
That's the thing.
that whole palm fucking thing, and it was just
Dude, I lost my shit.
immensely.
I didn't even know he was drumming for Whitesnake. I was like, holy shit,
Tato.
that fucking Tommy Aldridge.
Tato does the same thing with his hands, by the way, too. I've done it when I was
Really?
younger, too. But I fucked up my hands too many times because I was a dumb, poor fucking kid that had broken cymbals. And I'd hit my fucking cymbals and shit and hit the rim, and my fucking hands would be bleeding. I have blood all over my fucking drums. That's why I stopped doing it. I was like, God damn.
If you're woodshed, you gotta have some blood stains on the snare drum.
Exactly.
I still get them little drops.
Well, I think you have
shit.
to. Yeah. Well, even if you did have like some time on some kungas, It still's not the same because the Kunga doesn't have a rim, and then you have that rim, and that's just fucking up your knuckles. I tried the same thing when, back when I was like, 11 years old and watching John Bonham do that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, wow, look at that. It was just so awesome. Okay, so my next one, Tato, is
Hold up there.
Hey, we didn't finish the Enigma McBrain versus Tommy Aldridge thing.
You didn't even fucking give your opinion.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We got off topic. Okay, so now, who would you pick? Either we did Nico McBrain, Tommy Aldridge,
because
you said
Nico McBrain belonged to a certain creativity. He was locked in. He's not a journeyman drummer. He's locked into Iron Maiden. But when Clive Burr left, or when they fired him, whatever, Clive Burr was a double bass guy, and Nico McBrain was a single bass guy. So that was all single bass.
Yeah,
that was his foot. That's what a lot of drummers like vibe on. But Iron Maiden had a thing they went by. So as far as that, if Nico McBrain was my drummer, he's in the band. He's going to be there for the creative element. But Tommy Aldridge, he's done so many things. That is definitely apples and oranges. He can do anything and be flashy and be Tommy Aldridge and fit into any of those 80s bands as long as that time period was. Iron Maiden, same thing when Nick McBrain was playing. And yeah.
And go right in the journey and do soft shit.
Who do I want to see? Dude, I love Iron Maiden though. I love it. I still watch their old videos, but Tommy Aldridge would be, if I don't know what it is exactly you're asked for, but
that was it. Okay, good.
As far as being out there and atmospheric, Tommy Aldridge has the atmosphere.
It's who you prefer more, who you like better as a drummer.
Dude,
yeah. I like Tommy Aldridge. So what about yours?
That's a fucked up thing, though. I like certain things from Nico McBrain.
I know, but you got to choose. That's what makes this hard.
They don't play.
No, he choose Tommy Aldridge.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's what makes this such a hard decision.
Yeah, it is. So what is your decision?
Mine? Oh, absolutely Tommy Aldridge. I mean, I love Nico McBrain. I mean, I like Iron Maiden and all the unique style that Nico brings to, that band even after. But I mean,
if Nico couldn't play for Ozzy and Tommy couldn't play for Iron Maiden.
Exactly. They're
that's different
entities. But I mean, the same with some of the other drummers that we've mentioned too. That's what makes it so hard.
That was a good question, though.
But Tommy,
damn good question.
Tommy playing for Ozzy, a tribute band, I bring a lot of my style from Tommy Aldridge. I loved his playing in that just like when you're doing the the double bass with the snare and the tom rolls, like with everything together. That's just so powerful and so just it's easy, but it's like it's such a it's a signature for his style of playing.
On that note, Scott, I would totally agree with you on that because I've been a journeyman drummer and I've had to jump into mini bands and they're freaking on the roll, and I've had to do the Tommy Aldridge thing. I've had to go in and fit in with my style and make the band exciting.
But
I agree with that.
Badass sound. I love it.
Yeah, if that's the topic, that's where my.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's great and as much respect that I have for Nico McBrain. I think he hopped into something, and that's what he had to stay there.
Right. They're not going to let him. Steve Harris is not going to let him do anything else other than what Steve Harris wants him to do.
Right. Yeah, and Steve Harris,
motherfucking Steve
player.
Harris.
So now my next one would be. Let me see.
I like this because I'm always about comparisons.
Okay, very good. So, you obviously like heavy music.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like questions.
So now I'm going to. We're going to go to another genre, which is more of your power
genre. That's enough. See what I mean?
He said genre.
See what I mean?
I did say genre.
See what? Did I not warn you?
And you know why? You know why I do that, Tato? You know why I do that?
To make us both laugh. I don't know.
Because I can.
We're both the assholes.
And I can piss everybody else that fucking is an English major off.
Call the shit poop. I'm just. Never mind.
Who can I piss off next? Okay, so
any drummers I should listen to this podcast?
Okay, so now this is a tough one for you.
Throw the comparisons. I mean, it's all fucking.
Okay,
day.
so now Vinnie Paul versus Dave Lombardo.
Oh,
Vinnie Paul from Pantera, Dave Lombardo from Slayer, because they've pretty much been in that niche. Those are the bands they played for. They're not talking about doing spare shit. Well, I mean, Vinnie Paul did stuff after his brother was unfortunately fucking killed by a cocksucker. But let's just keep him at as far as a Pantera.
Vinnie Paul, 1,000%.
Okay.
As far
now
as
you have to
groove-
explain. Now you have to
Okay, so Dave
describe
Lombardo.
either one of them.
Dave Lombardo was more the guy. Igor Cavallero I took him number one over Dave Lombardo, over Vinnie Paul, Igor Cavallero from Sepultura.
Yeah.
By far, if you're going to go that far, my favorite metal influence. My favorite over everybody. So anyway, but Dave Lombardo comes up a close second. But then when Pantera came out, Vinnie Paul's groove, and I've got to meet Vinnie Paul, and I'm sorry, I've got a lot of biases. I've got to meet him a lot of times, even after his brother was killed, when I was in Mower, and we got to play at Wasted Space for his birthday and such, and he actually was checking out my drum kit. He was playing my snare drum with Chad Gray, and they were both back there, and I got to meet them both, and Vinnie Paul, his feet versus his snare and his cymbals. I mean, it's all power. I mean, Dave Lombardo is like good at it. If you think about it from your ear on the ground up, Gatling gun fills, yeah.
So you need to be mic'd.
But
It was mic'd.
But Dave Lombardo fits here with me. If you guys got a visual lineage of me explaining this, I mean, this is drum talk, right? But Vinnie Paul, fucking dude, the dynamics are just too wide.
Yeah.
He's got, I'm about big fat groove. I love heavy music. I love fast beats and stuff. But dude, my heart lies in big, fat, heavy, panty wetting grooves. And Vinnie Paul nails it fucking way more than Dave.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
That wasn't about that.
That is a big contrast, though. That's
It is. That's a very tough competition.
Absolutely.
I think me personally, I think that I'm going to have to agree with you.
Yes.
I think that Vinny had more attack to everything he did. He didn't need mics because whether it was quarter notes on his bass drum, each one had an attack, the same attack as the second one. Dave Lombardo, he needed the mics. It was very intricate, but he needed the mics because it was very lightly hit, and you could see it when if you watch videos. But you know,
If you're gonna go back-
it's a very tough decision because then you have. I think that Dave Lombardo had much better tom signatures. I think with his sticks, I think it was much more quicker. I think it was much more quicker.
I think if we were
with his sticks.
drummers.
Well, you know, because Vinnie Paul
Paul has much
liked to
more to
play.
offer.
He didn't have because you know, as drummers we talk about you know, the tip. I was waiting for something.
It's a
but
joke.
I didn't get it. So the
We
tip
want to
of
hear
the-
about your little tip.
so the tip of the stick, and then how it is chamfered to get
Well-
your feedback from your stick. Okay, that's how you're gonna get your bounce. You have the balance point on the stick. I'm still waiting for it.
Well, what's
I'm still I don't get it. See, because JJ's not here,
it's-
so I'm just gonna keep on fucking rolling. So you know, with Vinny, it was just power. That's what it was. He didn't
He
care
had
about
the
the
section
balance of the
beats.
stick. He knew where he held it. It was the same fucking every
That's the
fucking way,
difference of a
and that
power
was the
drummer
done
and a
deal.
fucking
But if you listen to the
vagina
mix,
drummer.
though, just all right. This is all like post production. You know, after every drummer's fucking done, you know, they had their fucking drum sounds. But if you listen to a Slayer album versus Pantera album, any Pantera versus any Slayer album, if you go to da 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 ba da da ba da da ba da 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 da, there's way more space,
More
way
power,
more
yeah.
girth.
It's
I'm
a
talking
fat-
pussy juice,
a fat
big
beat.
tits, big ass.
Yeah.
That's Vinnie Paul versus tweaker chick, fucking small ass, small tits, fucking Dave Lombardo.
I agree. Okay,
Run it
good.
down to the street.
I agree. Go ahead, Scott.
Okay, me.
Both sexy, but you know.
I mean, okay. Well, Dave Lombardo, you know, that was the first band I ever saw when I was 13 years old was Slayer, you know, and great influence, etc. what I didn't know is back in the 80s until I met, when I was playing with this band called Manta, one of the owners of the studio I was playing at was a guy named Pat, which is a good friend of mine, Pat McGrath. He actually gave Dave Lombardo lessons. And I'm like, I kind of went from like here to like, huh, what? He needs lessons.
I should know who you're talking about too.
Pat is a really good guy, great drummer, phenomenal drummer. But his drumming style is kind of one-sided, and I had an argument with this guy down at the Beer and Wine Garden about it. He said, "Oh, the greatest drummer of all time was Dave Lombardo," and I'm like, I said, "Really?" He's he plays with Mike Patton, and I know he plays with Mike. Mike Patton's a great influence of mine, but his style is not just. It's one-sided. Like when he plays with Tomahawk, or what's the other one he does with Mike Patton? The
Phantomos.
Phantomos, yes.
Yeah.
It's still that same style. And
Drummer Top though, if you're
Vinnie Paul is like got that fat fucking beat that just is so enduring. Like you hear it and you're just like, oh, that's fucking Vinnie Paul.
I was just gonna say Paul Bostaph versus Dave Lombardo versus Vinnie Paul. Vinnie Paul wins.
Yeah,
Vinnie Paul wins.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All three fucking angles because Paul Bostaph still that anyway. Pussy juice, pussy juice, pussy juice, pussy juice.
It's like it's the fastest you can do it.
Attack too.
It's just a straight
heavy.
roll.
This fucking guy went straight to the pussy juice,
Yes.
pussy juice, pussy juice,
Pussy juice, pussy juice, pussy juice, big old titties, big old titties, big old titties.
See,
No, seriously.
Here's what's gonna happen, Tato. Now, every time I hear that fucking song, it's gonna be pussy juice, 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 pussy juice.
Seriously,
Hey!
Vinnie Paul.
This fucking guy
R.I.P.
fucked me up now forever, dude.
Yes,
Really?
that's in my head. That's in my fucking head.
Well, fuck
Thank
you.
you. No, fuck you and thank you.
God damn it, Tato. This motherfucker, dude. I swear to God,
Stamp the
dude.
juice, stamp the juice, stamp.
Yeah. No, it's a way
That's
fatter.
the way it sounds to me, dude.
beats-
That's I'm all about pussy juice, dude. Fucking boom.
This guy.
Penny wet beats. Penny wet beats. Boom.
Oh, this guy,
We were
dude.
doing this on the last drum clinic. Where one of his beats that he does, this is like din 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 din. What the fuck song is that again? That's like my favorite song that he does in Pantera.
Was that one of the later albums? Some
I think it's off of. I think it's off of.
But another beats.
No. The middle of the song. It's the middle of the song.
Oh
No,
my
it's just a
God, there's
very-
so many. I mean, you got so many
breakdown.
songs.
And they all sound the same. That clicky fucking bass. You know what? As far as Injustice
Crazy.
for All,
Love it.
bass drums, meet Pantera, Vinnie Paul did it better and more fucking stylistically. I mean, that was by far Lars' best album. I mean, we can all agree on that.
One.
As far as the drums being out front of your face,
Yeah,
and the
and
guitars being in the
Justice
back.
for All was the
But
best album.
Pantera was like, no, he played with those wooden beater Danmar pedals on those Remo kits, open bass drums, no fucking foam, no fucking Clyburn shit, no whatever, and just that clicky fucking muscle.
No, that.
Yeah. And their dad was recording them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have that studio, the family studio. So
Fucking
that's
A.
why they sound so buff. And dude, Vinnie Paul, he had the luxury of, let's make this shit sound like fucking maximum pussy juice. Boom.
All right, well, I have to admit, and so we that is it for the Zig Zone.
Hold up there, Turbo.
And slow fucking down.
I gotta kick him in the ass and say
that is it. That's it for the Zig Zone. So I'm sure that Scott is going to want to do a plug, and then go ahead, Scott.
Well, no, I'll let Tato do his. What do you got? What do you got coming up?
What do you got coming up?
Well, I know Scott has a Safety Orange hat as well. We're
yeah,
on safetyorange.com if you want to check us out. We're SoCal Beach Rock from San Diego. I'm from the IE, of course. We're a lot metal as much as we are reggae, personal-wise, but we are playing at the Laughlin River Regatta this weekend, and we just have dates all the time, every weekend. You can always check us out. Me and Scott have known each other for many years, so we're always playing each other, and that's one of the reasons I'm on the show. So thank you, Scott McLaughlin. From Mr. Crowley, and thank you, Zig, for having me on the show.
Fucking dude.
I'd love to thank you both, and dude, we're doing shots and having a great time, dude. I'd love to keep this on.
Hell yeah. I'll be this Friday. I'll be at the Carmen Bar in what the hell is that? That's Hermosa Beach. No, not Hermosa. We were in Hermosa last week. Huntington Beach.
Man, get your shit together, bro.
Well, it's fucking all these
Your phone's 2
goddamn
times
crazy,
bigger than mine.
fucked up fucking Orange County.
I got this guy.
Huntington Beach, Carmen Bar. We'll be there August 10th, and then the next day I got to pack up, do a shit, and then go back up to Apple Valley where I'm playing with Day Zero at the Hilltop Inn. So busy weekend again.
All right. Well, I'm going to be jerking off.
Yes, you will.
So if you want to tune into zigrayjerkoff.com.
Is that another website?
And you can see me in all my fat fucking walrus glory. Anyways, next week, tune in next week. It's going to be the Zig Zone. And it's going to be Biker Alley, so it's about motorcycles and fucking titties and whatever you know, because
I've never heard anything about titties on your show with bikes.
This guy doesn't ride because, he doesn't fucking ride.
It was too hot for titties.
Because he's a pussy.
Because I don't want to fucking fall off and hurt my arms so I can
we are out of here. So, hey, thanks for tuning in. We're outie. See ya.
Bitch.
The radio's off. We're still YouTube live.
Yeah, we're still leaving.
Hi, YouTube.
Yeah.
We're still going to drink?
Yeah. Let me turn this shit off.
I love the questionnaire.
So, and I didn't piss off my chick today, which is awesome.
Drummer problems.
Why is it so easy for you to piss off your chick?
It's very
piss off
easy
at us.
for me to piss off my girl. Well, she's Japanese, dude. So it's
What does that matter? Mine's half Japanese and half Mexican and Hawaiian and
yeah, well, see, that's the thing. She's got the other shit mixed in. When it's straight Japanese.
It is what it is. It doesn't matter. Yeah, she's a spicy pineapple.
No, your girl fucking stuck her finger in a fucking dude's butthole. I mean, it
wasn't mine. That's all I care.
So let's go ahead and just.
Wasn't mine. Thank God.
Let's just go ahead and call it quits now. Because even though we're still on YouTube,
yeah.
I mean, Tiff, hey, I'm just saying.
Hey, to each their own.
You can defend yourself right now against this fucking guy.
Butt sauce. No, but not my butt sauce. No, whoever else's butt sauce.
Tim knows about your butt sauce.
Oh, no, there's no butt sauce there. Sorry. Only in the toilet.
We all have butt sauce. Sorry.
In the toilet? Yeah. No.
I had butt sauce when I came here. It was too hot today.
Butt sauce. Yeah.
Oh, shit. One of the worst things, dude, I'm telling you, man, is, I teach the motorcycle training, right? And I fucking, when you take a shower, I didn't fucking clean my ass enough of the soap. No. Now, mind you. No. So
we all soap up, we don't rinse.
Yeah. I just need to rinse enough, right? Dude, that soap. I swear to God, dude, there was bubbles on my. I was like going, fuck, man, my ass. I told another fucking instructor, dude, I'm telling you, my ass is burning right now, dude. And I fucking wet my ass. There's bubbles in that shit.
In a good way though, it's getting clean.
Y'all gotta rinse that shit.
Oh, I have an open sore. That means it's good.
Dude, I hopped up in the sink, dude, and washed my ass where people fucking wash their hands.
Oh God.
What the fuck? Wait, what restaurant is this so I can avoid it?
No, I was actually teaching, man. Right. The students had to use that restroom. I was like, fuck on that I sat my ass on that fucking sink, man. Was like sitting.
Washy. Rinsey.
Oh, but you poo.
Oh my
Oh, you have a nasty ass.
It's
What's
never
wrong
a
with you?
fucking dull moment.
Oh, holy shit. You have
just having a dull moment.
asshole. You dirty boy.
Well, see, you know what's cool, Tato, is that even though we it finished on chaoticradio.com, we're still live on YouTube.
Well, we went for 4 hours last week.
We did.
This is my favorite part.
We did.
This is my
dude.
favorite
That
part.
was like a long time. Dude.
I got no plans, and we got plenty of alcohol. I mean, you want to fucking... I'll make a run to the store.
It was a long time.
I had a bunch of weed, too.
We love you a long time.
Hey, man.
But shit, man, you know, my little cousins are kicking ass and fucking taking names, man. But yeah, we went 4 hours. We went to 11 o'clock, man.
Yeah, I was so tired.
Dude, what
that
else are
next
you
morning.
guys?
Fuck.
we just kept going, and then we started doing.
Well, Scott brought the fan in. That alleviates it from
I think the
95 to
AC must have-
85 degrees.
It must have definitely kicked on because it's not as ridiculously swampy in here.
Not yet. No, thank you, Zip, for having me on the show. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Thank you, Scott.
Thanks for coming in,
problem.
dude.
Thank you, dude. No, this is awesome, dude.
I'm gonna go into the engineering room. I mean, you guys can still chill out here.
You want to take over the podcast?
I'm gonna see if I'm
all about Q&A,
I'll
bro.
tell you what. Let me see if JJ still got the with the engineering fucking thing on the YouTube. I did not check that out.
JJ.
Oh, God.
That fucking guy.
Oh, yeah.
But JJ had to work. He had to work.
Do a lot of the
where you
comparison
going?
thing, too.
Taking a piss.
I'm going into the engineering room. We need someone here.
I'll go to the engineering room. I'll stay here. Oh, what's the parking only? Dude, this is fucking fun. You can have me on. For sure. Dude, I love the comparisons, too, because that's my thing. I'm not one of those, fucking tangled, fucking boring ass drummers. I love the comparisons, though, because those are all drummers from my industry. I'm like, oh, dude, you got me thinking. Fuck yeah.
And great drummers.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Scott was like, dude, all we do is fucking
So
talk
I
shit
gotta
about
wait.
drums and drink and fucking, yeah, it'd be cool. I'm like, oh, they're gonna ask questions. I was kind of like foreshadowing,
Well, you know what?
because I want to be prepared, I want to be professional, but this is so fucking laid back, dude. I love it. Dude, I could do this all fucking day. Dude. It's awesome.
Dude.
But
Yeah.
thank you. Well, thank you, though.
I could definitely
Seriously, Zach? Thank you.
keep on rocking.
Thank you
Well,
so much.
put your ears back on
Gotcha,
because
bro.
we have the shots right now. I mean, the Chaotic Radio thing, it
we're
shuts
still
off
live.
automatically. It just keeps on going and it shuts us off. So we're still YouTube.
All right.
But I just
got
noticed that
fresh shots.
Scott fucking gave us a shot.
Hey, some of my friends are
But
watching.
do we wait for him?
No, fuck that. Let's keep going.
Scott,
Cheers, brother.
fuck off, Scott.
What happened?
We just took a shot without you.
You suck a dick. That's why.
Well, because you took so fucking
Exactly.
long. Because you took so long. So
No,
now
I'm
you put
pissed.
your ears on. I'm going to go into the engineering room and see if I'm still in the middle
Okay.
thing.
Well, I'm gonna put on that little drum solo. Will you hear it on this or no? Will you hear it if I play it through here?
What's that? Not unless you put it through the.
Well, the board. Turn the goddamn.
Why do
Fucker.
I have to do that?
Well, I don't know.
Why
where
are you surprising me with shit?
Look at. Oh, it's coming through. I hear it. This is that solo from Tommy Aldridge. I don't know if they can hear it
Okay. No, if you can hear it. Then
in YouTube land.
I can hear it. Sounds funny, my next dick. I got both of them here. Good job, my friend.
It's the same solo he's done for years. Forever.
Who's to that shit now? Black Oak, Arkansas. That's what got him all the gigs. It's his drum solo. Because he's a self-taught drummer, A, and he has such a different approach. And White guy on the pro.
Huge. And his clutch. I love his clutch hits. No, but you notice when he hits his cymbals, he'll clutch them with one hand. He'll hit it and clutch it with one hand.
Yeah, someone's listening. Dude. See, this is where I got the hand solo thing from.
Hold that in, Bonnie.
But I always revert to Tommy Lee. Always.
Tommy Lee.
Or Tommy Aldridge, sorry.
Tommy.
We've been doing a lot of shots.
Boo.
Yeah, tequila. Tell me something.
Yes, I can. That's Tommy Aldridge. Go ahead and bring that down. Tommy Aldridge is definitely one of the standout drummers. I think he's very he's like an unsung hero. Because if you hear a lot, if you talk to a lot of younger drummers. Tommy Aldridge is not mentioned. It's like he's like this. I don't know, like someone who's been cast in the shadows. You know, when he's actually one of the most premier drummers of all time.
Watch that mic and that chord. Yeah, that mic right there. Yeah. If you turn around, you can tell that chord is kind of hot.
But again, I think we all agree. Tommy Aldridge. I think as far as like one of the best drummers that we mentioned tonight would be Tommy Aldridge.
Dude, he was stellar. Fucking, I just saw him last Wednesday. Fucking maniac. Still relative in the game and shit, man. Fucking that. I was stoked to see him with Whitesnake.
And still has the big ass hair.
Yes, yes.
So, anyways, you know what, guys? You know, thanks for tuning in tonight. We are signing off on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. And you know what? Be good to yourselves. And don't forget, next Monday is the Zig Zone and is Biker Rally. We'll see you next week. Thanks for coming in, Tato.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Zig. Thank you, Chaotic Radio. Thank you, Scott McLaughlin. Thank you, guys.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out.
Yep.